Live.
We are live. And we're back.
And we're back.
Hello, hello.
We are just dealing with some technical difficulties right now. But staring at a beautiful Vienna beef hot dogs sign.
Vienna beef. Vienna beef.
Coming at you. Maybe we'll cut all this and reintroduce it. But
Are we recording?
Do you want to check your levels, Rick? Do you want to?
My levels sound and look okay.
Yeah, I
would
think you
say.
sound and look okay,
and
too.
it looks like we're recording,
Not
which
only
is
do you
exciting.
sound okay, you look good.
Well, that is kind of you to say. I'm not feeling very sexy today, but that's all right.
You're not?
I feel medium.
See, if
feel
I were you,
mid.
I would wake up in the morning.
See, this is a misconception.
Feeling
Even if
sexy.
you're tall and handsome, you don't necessarily feel sexy every day.
You know, I do think that that's an important thing to talk
It's
about.
an important
is
thing to remember.
that if you're tall, like well over 6 feet, and handsome like an actor, you don't always wake up feeling tall and handsome.
No,
Inside.
you could be a big fat loser. Sometimes
Well, I mean, you couldn't be a big fat loser, but you could maybe feel like it.
you could feel like one. Yeah,
feel like it. What's
that's
the difference?
what really counts. That's what actually counts at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but I don't feel like a big fat. I feel just medium. I just drank a little last night.
Oh yeah.
Just a little.
What did you drink?
I drank probably 4 or 5 or 6 beers.
Hey, bros.
Oh, 4 or 5 or 6 beers.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Sort of the perfect amount.
That's a good amount.
What do you think? How do you feel about 4 or 5 or 6 beers? Well, I'll wait for you to have the mic.
Let me tell you about my problem with alcohol.
Let's talk about your problem.
Because I'm still drunk from last night.
Oh, I was just kind of talking about that. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't get out of here till 5.
Were you working here?
Yeah.
That's nice.
Not really.
Yeah, sort of.
I was just being dumb.
Yeah.
I was being dumb. I was wasting time.
Like there was a point where you were done working.
Like every hour, I was like, I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna go home. And this cold I have, you know, it's not like a real cold.
Right.
I woke
It's
up
like-
with a little sore throat
Sure,
thing, and I'm like, I
sure.
know that's just from just not resting enough.
Sucking.
Sucking and fucking.
And
Yeah,
fucking.
that's it. That's
The
one of
title
those
of this
illnesses.
podcast.
This is
Sucking and fucking. The sucking and fucking.
And we're back. This is the Sucking and Fucking Pod, brought to you by Free Movie Ideas.
Yes. Is this the first episode?
This is officially the
Really?
first episode of the S and FP,
Oh, this is our
brought to
first
you
episode.
by FMI.
That's very exciting.
Yeah, we have so many sound effects loaded up.
Excellent. That is our
The slurping and the gurping, slobbing and the knobbing.
And things of that nature as well.
So to the stage left of me, we've got our podcast technician, resident smoke show, and perennial entrepreneur, Greg Bernänian.
Wow,
To
doxed me.
stage right of me, we've got writer, director, viral content creator, my frequent writing partner, frequent belle of the ball, and he's going to
gorgeous.
kill me for saying this, but the actual most popular kid I knew in college, Rick
Nice.
Swenson.
That's not true. But thank you.
That is true.
Nice to meet you, Rick.
Yeah, good to meet you as well.
There was the guy in Novocaine, Dennis Quaid's boy.
Jack Quaid, yes.
And he was
my old friend.
one step less popular than Rick.
Yeah.
Jack Quaid. Well,
Yeah.
he wasn't committed to our schooling system. Sorry to put Jack Quaid on blast.
I didn't
but
know
he
there was
dropped
another
out
Quaid.
to become a. Yeah, he's a movie star. Young
This is
Jack Quaid.
like of the other Quaids of the Quaid family.
yeah, of
Yeah.
the Quaid family.
Because I had a
of the
late
Quaid
night
and Meg Ryan
conversation about
family.
the different Quaids.
Which Quaid
yeah.
is
There's
your
there's
favorite?
Randy. There's Randy Quaid, of
Randy,
course.
Independence Day.
I'm
Yeah.
a Randy Quaid guy.
He is actually like low key the best, and he's also Christmas Vacation.
Yeah.
Randy Quaid is awesome.
Yeah, he did a couple other things, but then there's Dennis, who everyone thinks is like the most famous. He did
Sure.
like Dragonheart and like
Baseball. I just associate him with baseball.
why?
I don't even know if he's in a baseball.
There was that
movie.
Little League movie.
Little-
It's
Little
called
League.
like The
Yeah.
Kid or something.
Oh, yeah.
The Rookie.
Rookie of the Year.
Or something like that.
Is Dennis Quaid in that?
I don't know. We looked at his IMDb because I was on his side. I'm like, no, Dennis is the guy. He's the guy from the family. We looked at his IMDb. I was like, whoa, this is all really bad.
Yeah, I mean,
Parent Trap.
Parent Trap.
Of course.
He's in.
Was
I think
he?
Yeah, he was the dad.
Which
Yep.
version
Sexy
are
dad.
you talking about?
Lindsay
The Lindsay Lohan
Lohan's-
Parent Trap, of course.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, that was Dennis Quaid.
No, that was the guy.
I swear to God, I swear in my life it was Dennis Quaid.
It was a dude
also-
with black hair who was like.
It was Randy Quaid.
it wasn't a Quaid.
I promise you it was Dennis
and
Quaid.
Kirstie Alley.
Not Kirstie Alley, but
Not Kirstie Alley,
like
rest in
Kirstie Alley
peace.
vibes.
Kirstie Alley vibes was the woman
lesbian
who was
The chick from Look Who's Talking.
House-
house
housekeeper.
marm.
Yeah,
Right, she was.
but then she
the-
bangs the butler.
Right, so she the whole
So
time
not
she's
lesbian, but it was
presenting
lesbian coded.
as lesbian because butlers are
They
all
were
historically
they
gay.
were getting into the beginnings of grooming us with the LGBT with that.
Right,
Yeah,
by showing you
a
obvious
lesbian coded woman.
lesbian coded house
Parent
marm
Trap.
Yeah,
in the Parent
in the
Trap.
Parent
Where was
yeah.
this lesbian?
She was Dennis Quaid's housekeeper.
Dennis Quaid wasn't in the movie.
That's 'cause I'm gonna pull it up right now, and you're gonna say, "Oh my gosh."
I think this is an important thing to note that we may need a fact checker
It's way better with that one,
for
honestly.
this pod.
It's way
yeah.
better.
I do think it was Dennis Quaid who is also in Jaws 3,
Oh, no way.
which is
Never saw it.
sort of a cool offshoot. It was kind of the point where they stopped
The
caring
Parent
about.
Trap.
Oh, my Lord.
Dennis Quaid.
What's
yeah,
that called? The what effect?
The
Mandela.
Yeah.
Mengele effect.
Was there another version of Parent Trap?
There's the original.
There was like
No,
the
not the
60s
original.
one.
Not the old one. There's like another like contemporary one.
Are you talking about Freaky Friday?
No, but that movie's the best.
Freaky Friday 2 coming out.
Coming out in theaters.
Freakier Friday.
No, I actually do think that's an important note because
Okay, I'm sorry, Rick.
we should be.
Don't be sorry. I'm glad you know now.
I won't do it again to you. I'm sorry for disrespecting you.
Well, I'm sure on a movie podcast, like it would be good to have a fact checker because I imagine there would be a lot of like, oh, that guy's in that movie.
I'm
No,
slowly
he's
going
not.
to the Greg side of things where we can just be wrong
Yeah, and
Yeah.
so
and people
many
can correct us.
so many late night conversations about actors that I'm wrong about.
But I do think we should pitch this show to the movie studios so we can drop promotion for their
Yes.
upcoming films like the inimitable Freaky Friday 2,
God damn.
Electric Boogaloo,
Freakier Friday.
the freakiest of
The
Fridays. That's going to be the
freakiest-
third
That could be the
one.
third one.
What was Novocaine like?
Oh, I didn't see it, but I'm sure it's wonderful.
I'm sure it's awesome.
I thought you saw it. Maybe it's not even out.
No,
looks-
actually,
It looks like that Bob Odenkirk movie.
yeah.
Yeah, it does hurt me or like.
Hurt me. Yeah.
Right.
Don't fact check that. That's correct.
Movies about a white guy who is done taking guff.
Just loses it.
Yeah, we all know that tale.
Oh yeah.
Pretty great
Tales
genre.
all
Started
this
with
time.
Falling Down, and it ended with Novocaine. So you go
Yeah.
from
What's falling down?
with Michael Douglas, where he plays
No,
the
Michael Douglas not in that.
the
I don't know. I've never heard
No,
of
you're
this.
right.
Michael Douglas.
so Michael Keaton, whose actual name is Michael Douglas. Did you know that?
But he changed it.
Because
there was already
there was
Michael
already a
Douglas.
Michael Douglas.
No way.
So his
No way.
name is Michael Keaton Douglas, and he decided to go by Michael Keaton.
I think he made the right choice.
Why do I feel like this is something that comes
Hell
up on
of a-
probably every film podcast?
Hell of a
That
last
was
name
smart.
to pick. Keaton.
Yeah,
It's good.
right?
It's good.
It feels like basketball because it sounds like a ball hitting the court.
Keaton is skating.
Yeah, you could say that. That's what his wife might say.
That's what he says.
That's what
Yeah, that's what he says when he's making love to his wife.
That's why it's like again.
Yeah.
Oy vey.
It's been
So,
16 seconds.
What is the what is the podcast?
Well, it's the Free Movie Ideas podcast. which
And you boys actively do this?
Just Emerson.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
You
can,
do it
I'll
solo?
throw out an idea
Yeah.
here or there, but it's Emerson's baby.
Is it a pod?
Solo Dolo, well, it is now.
Yeah.
This now christens it as a pod, but
Pod.
when I quit having a real job to be a screenwriter, I gave myself a bunch of assignments, like public domain shit to adapt, in order to just kind of be able to prove that I was really screenwriting and able to do it for 8 hours a day.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, while I was adapting, some fucking obscure Charles Dickens novella, I had all these other ideas for things that I wanted to write, but I was committed to writing this one thing. So instead of just holding on to these things or putting them in a notebook, I figured I would post them onto the internet, sort of catch and release style. The idea comes to me, I push it out into the
Hell yeah.
ocean of the internet and see if anybody bites.
So you weren't getting paid, and you were adapting things that were already made,
Yep.
right? Putting your own spin on it.
Well, they weren't made into movies. They were, books and stuff that I didn't
see.
have to get the rights to.
But you were just writing
Yeah.
for no money
Yep.
because you wanted that's a career path.
Yeah.
That's
Nobody
kinda
said
how
it
it's
was
done.
a smart career
That's how it's
path.
done.
That is how
If
it's
you
done.
want it, you just got to start doing it.
You just have to do it.
That is the move.
Well, 8 years in, I still
not a dollar
still
earned.
not a dollar earned.
Shit.
That's a tough biz.
yeah, dude.
It's a tough business
Yeah,
out there.
But
No,
I
you can't
like
give
it.
up.
yeah.
Yeah.
And 8 years later, I have
Have you gotten close to making $1?
Oh,
Oh, hell yeah,
definitely.
dude.
Gotten
That's
close.
everything.
I've
Gotten
seen
close.
the dollar come out of the pocket.
No
Yeah.
way.
And then it goes right back into the pocket.
Like, hold on. You said you were a black guy.
I saw the and then the dollar's gone. But yeah, no, 8 years later, there's like over 3,100 ideas that are on the Free Movie Ideas Instagram.
And that some of them, possibly, in theory, have been taken by other people and turned into real movies.
You think so?
One in particular.
One that like there's a
Malignant.
There's a very good chance. Yeah, we'll say that.
It sounds very similar.
on the
Maleficent?
pod.
Not Maleficent. No, great movie.
Angelina?
But Angelina, love her. Angelina Jolie.
Takes
great
her top
gal.
off in that movie.
No
have you
way.
seen
Yeah,
Malignant?
she takes her top off.
What?
Wow.
No, in Maleficent?
Maleficent, yeah.
That's a kid's movie.
Great cans. Is it?
Well, that's
It's a movie for kids.
we were talking
yeah,
about
yeah, yeah.
indoctrinating
But dude,
kids
Disney,
before.
Disney's all about like
It's
Showing-
the dark adult reimaginings.
Yeah, the,
Angelina
um,
Jolie takes her top off.
Angelina Jolie's
I gotta see
humiliation
this movie.
ritual for
Yeah.
speaking out against Brad Pitt was that she had to take her top off
You gotta pay
yeah,
the
in
price.
Maleficent.
for a bunch of kids.
I hope Gal
She's a
Gadot takes
sex
her top
offender
off in Snow White.
Aren't we all?
Oh well, she does.
She
but
does.
That's not all she does.
What else does she
What's
do?
this now?
Gal Gadot plays the evil lady in Snow White, which is coming out on Friday.
They actually make her, fully spread eagle
Like
Hell
Basic
yeah.
Instinct
with a bunch of the
style.
dwarves.
Yeah.
It's actually why they call it Snow White.
Oh, god damn. Because she's
I
all gray down there?
understand.
Because her,
She's just old.
it's the stress.
Yeah.
Stress
She's
of the
like,
job.
I know, I'm...
Well, she's
I'm
a nasty
stressed
old
out.
evil witch. You know, she's stressed out. Yeah, she's not
Yeah,
the hot,
exactly.
hot young thing
She's
anymore.
not what she used to be, but
Yeah.
she's been sleeping for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That'll happen.
Yeah, so
That'll be great.
there have been a couple of ones that are definitely close, and one in particular that was like
And who took
definitely. Well, I
Name
posted
names.
the idea.
James Wan.
I tagged
James who?
James Wan.
James
You know James Wan
the
of Saw
creator
fame.
Of Saw.
Saw, sure.
And Fast and Furious.
And
Oh, same guy?
yeah.
No
yeah.
way.
Well, did he do Fast and
Not the
Furious?
original, but he did a lot of the sequels.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's sick.
That is just like the best project to be attached to.
Career
ever.
Yeah, I know.
highlight.
It's a
Ever.
Sure.
900, $100 million movies.
It's just, yeah, it's just the best.
That's that's why I keep kind of waiting to see that dollar fully come out of the pocket before it retracts itself like a snake.
So did it appear in a Saw movie?
Well, it appeared in this movie *Malignant*. I mean, there was all this talk
Oh.
about at the time how
Never heard of
everybody
her.
was all excited that they were putting money behind this mid-budget horror movie that came from an original idea, which everybody was like, oh my God, it's an original idea. And so, of course, I was like, I got to watch this original idea when it comes out on, I think it was Max.
It was on Max
at the time.
And it was a COVID era. Like, it maybe would have gone in theaters, but because of COVID, they just put it on Max.
But at the time, I was, half watching it, and then suddenly it gets to like the reveal of what the monster is in the movie. And I recognized almost exactly the sentence, and I was like, wait a second. So I went back through the Free Movie Ideas page, which didn't have an archive at that point, and just scrolled and scrolled and scrolled until I found it.
Yeah.
And then when I found it, I tapped on it, and I had tagged James Wan.
No way.
In the idea.
No way.
And then just to do like the double, triple verification, I went to the trades like, Variety.com and Deadline and The Hollywood Reporter just to see like news of the progression of the film. And a month after I tagged him in the idea, they were greenlit for the idea that was going to be turned into the script that became Malignant. So
Sounds like he took it. Which it is a free movie
No, it's
idea.
a free movie
This is
idea.
great.
It's a free movie
the system
idea.
works.
that,
Yeah.
exactly.
Like, it's great.
More than anything, it was like,
It's fucking awesome.
pure vindication, and I got to watch a movie that, the idea on my side came from something that I remembered from, a New York Times Magazine story that had come out like a couple of years before that too. So, this
And that
whole,
movie's awesome. I love that movie.
Malignant?
Yeah. If you like kind of silly horror movies, it's
Yeah, I do.
great. Yeah.
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 yeah,
It's
good
a silly,
reveal.
fun horror movie.
Is Vin
and-
Diesel in it?
No,
Is
I
Paul
wish.
Walker
Who
in it?
is in that? Is anybody famous in that?
Not really. They're all kind of like B, C level. The main lady is great though. Whoever
Yeah,
she is.
it was still like $30 million. They like really put that money behind that movie, which I just want to disclaimer is like when movies say that they cost $30 million, that actually means the movie cost $5 million and the executive producers stole $25 million.
Well, because it's all a damn racket.
That's
That's
how
insane.
Hollywood
Is
works.
that how it works?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You look at these
completely.
budgets, I'm like, why did they have to make this for $100 million?
Well,
the
because
frickin-
the three people that executive produced it needed to get paid 95% of the budget.
That
So that
Netflix
happens.
movie,
Yeah.
the Electric State.
Yeah.
It cost, they said like $350 million.
Yeah.
And it's a fucking piece of shit with Millie Bobby Brown and Chris Pratt, and it was the Russo brothers, like the Avengers.
Well,
guys.
just an added disclaimer for our advertising. When Rick says it's a total fucking piece of shit, what he means is
Total fucking piece of shit.
it's a great movie.
It's
and
awesome.
You guys should subscribe
it's
to Netflix for
really,
$29.99.
really awesome.
The
Did you ever
highest
see?
tier.
Do you know about Rick, who was at the
There's
swingers
another
party?
Rick.
He was
The-
like an internet guy.
And he was at a swingers party,
Yeah.
a heterosexual swingers
Yeah.
party. I don't go to those kind of things.
Do you know about this guy? Rick?
No. What's the
The
story?
ripping and the tearing, the ripping and the tearing.
Oh, I feel like I've heard the.
It was like a '90s YouTube video, and it's like they're like interviewing people at the swingers party in Jamaica. And it's this white
Was it
guy
like one of
named
those
Rick.
resorts?
Yeah.
Hedonism 3.
It is. It's hedonism.
Sick.
That is.
I love that they
just always think of
franchise-
it when I meet
Yeah.
a Rick. I'm like, dude, do you know the other Rick?
I know like a couple other Ricks, yeah. But I'll have to meet that guy. If
You're
he's
gonna
still
love
alive.
this video, dude. Actually,
Yeah.
let's cut that in right now.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, and Rick actually has a great name buddy. If you look up Rick Swenson, the sort of all-time Iditarod dog
He's the
racing
king of
champion,
No way.
is
how do you
Rick
say it?
Swenson.
Iditarod?
That's
Iditarod,
a
yeah.
great
Iditarod.
fucking name too.
Totally.
Rick Swenson.
And
Yeah.
he's a lot more famous than me. It's been my goal to become the more famous Rick Swenson for a while, but
He's
I
got to
don't know.
win like 13 Iditarods
yeah.
back to back, and so far he's only
He's
got
a
one
champion.
dog.
Yeah.
He's what kind of dog is Ralph?
He's like a Chiweenie.
A Chiweenie.
He's a Chihuahua Wiener
Adorable.
mix.
Well, suffice it to
Adorable.
say, he's still learning to pull the sled
He's not gonna do
with
that kind of thing. He doesn't like
Rick
that.
on there. He's got heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if I learned anything from the Disney Corporation, that's what allows you to win in the end.
What matters? Yeah.
So
and Angelina's tits.
and Angelina's, tits and Gal Gadot's.
I like what you're doing here because
spread eagle.
nothing is free anymore, like truly free.
Oh yeah, no.
Except for
like,
imagination.
so like what you're doing, I just really respect and think is awesome because everything is like, this is free. Give us some information. And sign up.
Even posting has turned into a money game. Even simply posting on the internet has turned into, how do I monetize this?
Yeah. And that's
I know
where
you don't like to hear because you need some money and you can't eat and you're eating McDonald's.
Well, that's where I did have McDonald's before this.
They got good deals at McDonald's.
Not
They
anymore.
used to.
Kind of. No, okay. You can get a
What are you
meal.
getting?
You can get a meal for they have $5 meal deals. You can get a McChicken and fries and a soda for $5.
Don't McChicken me, dude. You gotta go cheeseburger, single patty, 2 of them.
You can get that for, if you only get 2 cheeseburgers, that's
Yeah.
probably $5.
Cheeseburger.
I got
That's pretty good.
2 double cheeseburgers and
2 double cheeseburgers.
a small fry for Rick, and it was $8 and some change or something.
Okay.
Which they don't give you points on the app for.
I
the
don't care for that.
tax.
I don't care for that.
They should.
The points? Oh, I've started getting into the points.
Yeah,
I love points.
being that we are screenwriters.
You gotta
every
accumulate
point
McDonald's
counts.
points.
Wait, so you're a screenwriter as well?
Yeah, I also make money in other ways, but I
Have
write
you made money writing?
from writing. No.
That's
But
gonna be a great day, boys.
As you
Yeah,
said, you
that's gonna
gotta
be great.
you
It's gonna
gotta
feel
just
really good.
keep
Please
plugging away.
Let me be there to celebrate with
Yeah.
you.
Oh, we're coming
we make
here.
that first
Yeah.
dollar.
We should shout out
Stay up
where
till
we
5 a.m.
actually.
Stay up till 5 a.m. Stay up till 5 a.m.
We are at
Yeah.
Greg's place of business. It's a wonderful bar restaurant in Greenwich Village called Pub Key.
Pub Key.
What is this? A Bitcoin theme?
Hell yeah, yeah. It's a Bitcoin bar.
Bitcoin theme, or
It's more like a Bitcoin embassy.
It's a
is
big-
it powered by Bitcoin? I
Like-
just said that hard.
Themed. I mean, it's like it's a Bears bar. You know, we're a Bears themed bar, but we accept Bitcoin.
Bears like gay guys, or like the football team.
Oh, the gay guys are the best.
Yeah.
Bears.
I
like the
love
Otters.
Bears.
There's one
yeah.
right there.
That's great.
I have to do HR training. Actually,
Yeah,
Oh, you actually do?
this is not
Yeah.
a joke.
That's.
we're done
that's probably
joking,
good.
Rick.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's okay to make jokes, but you want to be
It's
respectful.
all fun
too,
and
of
games
course.
until someone gets hurt.
Yeah.
All right, let's hear a free idea.
So the idea for the podcast was that we would have a guest join us, and each week that guest would pick a free movie idea from the archive, and we could just kind of develop the movie as we go. And then once the movie was developed, over the course of probably 3-4 hours that we're going to have this pod. Each episode is going to be about 3, 4, 5 hours, depending on if we stop for Chinese food
With breaks.
that you will hear. We will have essentially a treatment for a movie that somebody can listen to and then decide if they want to buy it and have it turned into a screenplay that they can then turn into the next Malignant.
So this is kind of, you're killing a few birds with one stone. You're making an audio treatment.
Yeah, basically, it's
But
like
guys, we
but
should
also-
just be producers stealing money.
Well,
How do
you got to
do
get
that?
there. You
That's
got to
where the
have
money's
the.
at.
You got to be able to like present that you have money
Oh,
to
that's
other
hard.
people with
That is
money.
hard.
You got to be like, hey, you know,
Yeah.
if I put $5 million of my dollars that I definitely have towards this movie,
Yeah.
will you put $15 million of your dollars to this movie as well? And then when they say yes, you find somebody who has that $5 million. You get the $15 million from the other guy, and then you put like $1 million towards the movie.
This is a naughty business.
It's dirty,
Very
yeah.
naughty.
But
Unless you're making shit yourself and financing it yourself, and then like make a little bit of money. Like
Well,
you make something for
then
like
you don't make
$3 million.
you don't make money at all because the
Why not?
problem is you can't get it into theaters. So
Yeah, but who's going to the movie theaters anyways? You put it on Amazon. Put it on.
you know how much they pay you to put a movie on Amazon.
Is it bad?
Yeah, it's bad.
Oh, it's really bad.
Well, explain to me how. Explain to me this. How did Terrifier 3 make 80 million?
Terrifier 3 made 80 million because it was in theaters.
That was
It was?
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
theaters?
I
No way.
saw it at the Regal Essex
No
Theater.
way.
Yeah, I think it was on over
It was
like
a huge hit.
over 1,000
shit. I know.
screens.
I saw it on like some bullshit streaming thing, and I was like, "What the hell is this? This looks dumb."
The Terrifier movies is a very, very, very rare case of this guy actually self-producing and then it blows up and turns into a huge hit.
How did they get it into theaters?
Well, so basically what you have to do is get it picked up by a distributor who has the ability to get movies on screens in theaters. But those distributors who are able to do that.
This is like where the dirty business comes in big
Well,
time. That
you know about,
relationship.
like, the-
It's like, what are you going to do for me?
Yes, the Motion Picture Association. It used to be the Motion Picture Association of America, the people that put the ratings on the movies.
Uh-huh.
That's actually a trade union that is made up of Paramount, Warner Brothers, Disney, now Netflix, Amazon, whatever.
Yeah.
And in order to get a movie into theaters, you have to get a rating
Uh-huh.
from the MPA.
Rating being what?
Rating being G,
I see. Yeah.
PG,
Yeah.
PG-13, or R. So first and
R.
foremost,
It's
in
classic
order
rating.
to get it into theaters, you have to go through them. And second, they have every screen in the country already booked because they're in charge of, you know, what goes onto those screens. They're deciding. Basically,
So then
if-
how does a movie like Terrifier, which is like independent, make it into that
Terrifier
conversation?
got a distributor who was able to generally have screens that they could put that movie onto.
Do you know who it was?
I want to
The
say
distributor.
they ended up with a mini major.
So that's sad.
I mean, I think you know, as
Because
long
I
as
thought
the
that they
market
made
is
it
there.
themselves and then
I mean,
got it on these streaming platforms. I'm like, it's as simple as that. I was like, I could do this.
He did with the early ones. I mean, he started with a short film, and then he made a feature version. Then he made another
250K
feature
into
version.
like 3 million or something for the first one.
Yeah, and then
But where did he distribute that? That one didn't go to theaters.
I think he probably just did like festivals and just like sent it out places, and then it got enough.
So the first
Word of
one
mouth.
cost
But
like very little.
250K, I think.
No, the first one cost
30K.
Even less than that.
Yeah, less than that.
Oh,
Maybe
that
like,
was the second one. I think was 250.
The second one,
The
and then
first
he
one was like
crowdfunded a lot of
30K.
that.
Yeah, so the first one was crowdfunded, and you already kind of have distribution because all of the people that or crowdfund it get a copy of the movie, right? So your audience is built in, and then when you get it onto a streamer, like, I don't know, Shudder or whoever had it, they'll pay you $20K to be able to just like run it for as long as they want. I don't know that one did VOD, video on demand. But the second one, when that came out, they were able to get a higher budget for it that I think was also still independently funded. And that one went on to the streamers that you could pay for. So you could pay like, I don't know, $5 or $10 or whatever to watch it. And enough people watched it that they were able to make back their budget. I think it made
Dude, that sounds fucking awful.
a couple $million.
Oh no, it's and
That
there's
sounds
no
like a
guarantee.
terrible, like, cycle to
It's
be
crazy
involved
that
in.
this
There's gotta
blew
be a
up as
better
much
way.
as it did.
Well, the better way is actually trust busting. You need to break up the Motion Picture Association because
Yeah.
basically these studio distributors have a monopoly on every screen in the country every day of every year
Yeah.
until infinity.
Right.
So like they're like, well, you know, we've got 16 or 24 screens at this AMC 24, and 4 go to this company, 4 go to this company, 4 go to this company, etc. And
So
you want to put your movie in, you have to cut a big, painful deal with
Yeah.
them in order to even get it considered. And you know, one screen playing the film one time, one day, isn't enough to actually make that money back.
so like.
So
my
people don't want to
feeling-
fund movies,
Yeah.
especially not independents.
And
that
I'm wrong
investment.
in being like one of these people that's like, oh, like you gotta support the movie theaters. It's all about going to the movies. It's all about being in the room and like doing that.
That's true.
But it's
Yeah.
but like fuck those guys.
It's actually totally backwards.
them.
Fuck those guys.
Yeah.
I mean, movie theaters are nice, and it's like cool
But
to
where does
see a
Alamo
movie.
fall in like that? Are they an independent group?
They're in between.
They
I mean,
run their own-
right now, the workers at Alamo, I think, are still striking against Alamo for low wages and
Oh yeah, I
high
saw like a
amounts
little
of
speech
bullshit
in the,
that they have
in
to
the
deal with.
cafeteria in the
Yeah.
kitchen.
Which, just an aside, we love the Alamo Draft House. We are happy to talk about what is screening on our podcast.
Yes.
But also, yeah,
That place
those
does
rat
rule.
fucks do also deal with the block booking situation, where basically, you might think it's like a cool independent theater, and they might have, 2 or 3 screens playing a random cool movie.
Yeah. That's how they get you.
Once or twice a day, but you look at what they have, it's still like Wonder Woman.
Totally.
6.
So we should be doing like Metrograph and
The
Angelica.
IFC theater right around the corner.
IFC?
The historic IFC theater.
Yeah, IFC
Yeah.
is one of those distributors that is sometimes able to get movies into like Regal and AMC, because IFC is owned by AMC, the American Movie Channel, which is a big time network. They're alongside Paramount and Warner Brothers and whatnot, but they're not as
This
big.
is a good movie. A kid, who's got chutzpah, and he's just trying to take down the movie industry. And he's got a little. I just imagine you in your apartment have that one of those like cork boards with all the strings.
Yeah,
like
I'm just
AMC
connecting the
rat fucks.
dots between everybody. AMC, nope, great people. If
We love
AMC
them. I love
has
AMC.
anybody-
I love the
I
CEO
miss
of AMC.
Sunshine.
Yes.
Sunshine was the best.
Oh, the Sunshine Theater was great.
Yeah.
Sunshine
it
was cool.
Now it's a swanky sushi place.
Not as cool.
Not
Not
as
as
cool. No.
But delicious sushi. The sushi place at.
We love the delicious
We love their
sushi,
delicious sushi.
that is at where Sunshine used to be. It's so good.
We would be
Still
happy
smells
to
like
tell you
canola
about
oil in there.
Yep.
how their yellowtail smacks.
Yeah, it's good.
So the basic idea for the pod was that we would, talk about. We would have our guest pick a free movie
let me
idea,
pick one.
and then we would start to come up with it on air. I asked Rick if he would do the honors today,
Yeah, go
so
ahead,
I would
Rick.
love to see what Rick came up
Rick's
with.
picks.
I wrote down like 5 or 6. It's a big list.
Yeah,
Dude, just
basically
throw
had-
a dart.
wherever you want to
and I-
get started.
Rick's picks.
I'm just gonna read down this list.
And here, I'll show you the list so that you can also.
Hey,
Just
how y'all
scroll
doing?
around
Welcome
and
to
see.
Rick's picks.
Welcome to Rick's Picks. I'm gonna read down this list of Rick's picks, and
Maybe we decide.
we can whatever is kind of grabbing us.
Cool.
And I'll give the date as well. July 11th, 2024.
Dude, where's my stroller?
They're dads.
Dude, where's my
Dude,
stroller?
where's my walker?
And then that's the one that comes
That's
out.
like grumpier
That's
old
the third.
men.
the
Yeah,
threequel.
exactly. But they still have their like tattoos. Why don't they make a sequel to that movie?
Dude, where's my car? People would line up.
People would line
out of
up
the
to
door.
watch.
They
Dude,
don't make
Where's My
comedies
Car.
anymore.
No, they don't.
What was the last comedy that came out?
I think Eric Andre's The Trip
Oh, sure.
was very good and very funny. Like,
No
laugh out
Hard
loud.
Feelings with
No Hard
Jennifer
Feelings
Lawrence.
with Jennifer Lawrence.
Was good.
Well,
I
she
liked it.
actually is clothed the whole movie.
No, she's not.
She,
Oh, that
she
was
showed
a
her
bit, that was
boobies.
that was a thing.
Just
Damn
like
it.
Angelina Jolie.
Just like Angelina Jolie does
Hanging
not.
down.
Angelina Jolie, if you're listening, we love you. Come on the
love ya.
pod,
Long and
please.
Maleficent.
Nice cock.
Just gorgeous. She
Gorgeous
was born a
cock.
hermaphrodite.
Perfect head.
Which
shape,
is beautiful. That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
symmetrical
Beautiful.
vein running down.
That was always a thing.
Oh, yeah.
That was always a rumor.
Well, Sierra as well. And Lady Gaga as well.
Really?
It was a rumor.
I didn't know Lady Gaga had that rumor.
There was a rumor on. There's like an Anderson Cooper interview where she's like, "What do you have to say about people saying that you have a penis?" And this is when
What?
she was like 18 years old, and she was like, "I don't give a fuck."
Uh huh.
She had a really rock and roll response to it. It was cool.
Rick's picks. Pick one.
Lady Gaga and her she-ness. July 11th, 2024. A guy accidentally gets his couch pregnant. That one stuck out to me.
That's great.
June 6th, 2024. Bad kids at a remedial high school summer program are their small town's last hope when an AI-powered grading software malfunctions and starts bullying students and teachers to death.
Okay.
May 26th, 2024. A celebrity who's really going through it thanks to cyberbullies who keep calling her a lizard person online starts experiencing strange phenomena that lead her to believe she is actually a reptilian shapeshifter from the Draco constellation, but the plot twist is that it's true.
Right? Naturally.
May 17th, 2024, a group of high school girlfriends try to exclude their wild card friend from attending one of their weddings by making it cost prohibitive, not thinking that this woman will stop at nothing, down to robbing a bank and kidnapping a date in order to show
That's
up for
really
her
good.
girls.
That's
I
really
like that
good.
one.
I like that one
Let's
too.
do that one.
I have a few. I'll go down this list. May 1st, 2024. A hapless incel tries to change his luck by enrolling at a historically women's college with a 5-to-1 woman-to-man ratio.
That's good too.
That would be tough to make in today's climate.
Yeah,
It would be
I
an
mean,
interesting challenge.
there's no stakes on indie movies anymore because you can't make money. So what's
So
holding
whatever.
you
This is
back?
terrible news. You're crushing my dreams today with
I'm
movies.
sorry, man.
That's
We're gonna
crazy.
figure this out. We're gonna figure this out on the pod.
Yes. April 10th, 2024. 1 year after they all sample an experimental party drug at Burning Man, a billionaire and his caravan of hangers-on begin experiencing strange and deadly side effects, including bodily changes, telepathy, and a hunger for human flesh. So Burning Man makes them crazy. March 21st, 2024. An office retreat in the woods takes a turn for the worse when a mutation in a tick-borne disease starts causing the women to fly into an uncontrollable, murderous rage when in the presence of men. Kind of
That's
scary.
very Netflix.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
And then I went back to
These are
2020.
great.
August 26th, 2020. You've got bird mail. The internet shuts down, and then there's a pigeon-based dating
Ooh,
service.
that's good.
August 29th, 2020. There's a place down south where the only inhabitants for miles are divorced men. It's called Dudestown. I just liked only men. August 29th, 2020. A woman tries to turn her dog into a human so she can marry it. It's a classic
Yeah.
white person thing to
So
do.
definitely.
Kiss your dog on the lips.
Yeah.
And want to marry it.
And want
Yeah.
to marry it and kiss it.
Different places.
September 9th, 2020. When an adult bonks their head and wakes up back in high school, they get the chance to try and do the one thing they always felt they missed out on: fucking their teachers. I like that one.
That's
too.
really good.
I feel like you were drawn to like high school.
I have a lot of high school ones, and
You guys have a shared doc that's just, or you're just doing these?
you have a. You
I
turned
actually,
it into a doc.
You're a part of this too?
It's
Well,
well,
I sent him a link to the doc.
yeah. It's,
So you're building a little team, a little coalition of guys giving out free ideas because it's impossible to make money in this business.
and you're a part of it
I would,
now.
yeah, you're
I'm
in,
part of it,
We
yeah.
just-
You're in it now.
We have to beat the shit.
I
out
always
of you.
come up with like opening scenes. I'm like, oh, that's such a good opening scene.
Well, that's great.
That's good.
That's what we're gonna do.
It's kind of sounds like the wild card friend going to the wedding and robbing a bank. It sounds like that one stuck it
Uh-huh.
out the
Yeah.
most. It seems
I mean,
like
I really love that idea.
I love it. It's so good. It's Bridesmaids, part
Yeah.
2.
Bridesmaids Part 2. Bridesmaids. It's a little younger. It's a little more millennial. I mean, here's the thing:
It
is
could
like
be. You could do it with dudes too,
I keep
because
hearing.
that's something dudes would do.
It- Sure.
It's
You
like,
think so?
oh,
I
but-
feel like a dude like
But women care more about
weddings,
weddings.
and being a bridesmaid.
Guys don't really give a
True.
crap about that kind of
True.
thing.
Yeah, it's my attendance at a wedding is purely a matter of convenience.
Yeah, but you change his motivation. Like there could be a woman going that he's trying to get with, or
Sure.
Yeah,
It's
but
not
that's
just about the wedding.
The motivation changes. I mean, I think
You're
like
right, you're right.
the idea of being a bridesmaid with the girls, coupled with the fact that like this is the girl that everybody is like, please God, please fuck, do not invite her.
Yeah.
Do you remember what happened last time?
And she's like, I have to invite her, so she gets the invite.
But we're gonna do it in Cabo.
Yeah.
We're gonna make
We're doing it
sure
in
that the
Tuscany.
tickets are
Destination
really
wedding.
expensive,
We're doing it in
and
Tuscany.
she's kind of on. She's just not gonna be able to make it.
Yeah.
And little do they know the sheer force of willpower that their friend has to make it to this destination.
Oh, I
wedding.
love that. Just like the trashy friend
Yeah.
I got
does
the
anything.
opening scene.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's opening scene?
grocery store. You open up on the wheel of the shopping cart, obviously.
Yeah.
Why do they always open up on that? Like, why are we always on, like, the wheel?
Because it's cinematic.
Yeah, why?
Well, it says that the camera or the projector is moving.
Yeah.
We're
You-
wa-
and
it's
you have
always
a-
like a
it tells
wobbly
us-
wheel.
It tells you
Anyways.
where you are immediately.
Okay.
He has
so-
a very specific pet peeve with behind the head shots.
Yeah.
A shot of like
The back of the head?
The back of the head.
As an
Yeah.
opening, you can't do that.
walking,
Just walking.
like
Yep.
leading the
Yeah.
camera.
Any movie that begins with a character shot from behind
Yeah.
that comes out after
I can get behind that.
2008
I like that.
Yeah.
is dog shit. I guarantee it.
Okay, so
I've never been wrong about
wheel,
this.
shopping cart, grocery
Yeah.
store, fluorescent lights. Two guys in this situation could be gals walking down the aisle. You get to the dairy section. They're having a conversation. Mid conversation, one of them picks up a can of
Sour
what's that
cream.
stuff. No, that
Yogurt. Whipped cream.
whipped cream.
Yes.
And while they're listening to this conversation, they're pops the top and just nitrous shot. Just getting like super loopy.
Hell yeah.
And then puts the cap on and puts it back on the shelf. That's the opening scene. This is something that happened
And then
to
her
me
friend
with
is-
my
is-
brother. I was just like telling him a story, and we're walking through the aisle. He just grabs a can and just takes a huge rip of what is that, nitrous oxide?
That's actually awesome.
Yeah, he just
Yeah.
like lips turn blue and just puts it back on the shelf after his mouth was on it.
And then you /
I'm
the
like-
friend in the situation being like, what the hell?
So okay, yeah, like it's derailed a little bit, but like, and that's the trashy friend.
Because also just doing that casually, like not even saying like, wouldn't it be
I know.
funny if I
know. Yeah,
did
yeah.
this? Just
Yeah.
doing it.
Just
and then
thinking that
being-
that's just like super normal.
Yeah. Because then it makes you wonder.
The casualness.
I think
of
it
Yeah.
hooks you. I think it hooks you because it's like,
Sort of
oh,
terrible.
No,
that's naughty.
I like that. That's
Yeah.
good.
Something in the grocery store that's
It
like,
is. It breaks the social contract.
for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah. Oh, there's many things about it that's ridiculous. It's like you're getting super high right now for no reason, and you're putting your mouth on that thing.
30 seconds.
Yeah.
And then she should steal stuff as well.
Yeah. Yeah, she should put one thing that she just ruined down and immediately grab another thing and shove it into a pocket.
Yeah, that was like my family's thing was opening a box of Wheat Thins while you're grocery shopping,
And
eat the
eating.
whole box or whatever, have like a couple, and then just put it back on a shelf before you check out.
That was your family's thing?
That was my dad's thing, and it did rub off on us. I've beat it. I've since beat it, but
That's
one of
not a
my
bad
sisters
idea.
got banned from Whole Foods.
No way.
Yeah.
Not Whole Foods.
They have like
They're
the facial
6 months.
scanning.
6 months, you can come back.
Wow.
That's not bad.
That's
That's not
6
bad.
months, we could do that.
Whole Foods is
Trader
famously
Joe's.
the one that you steal from too.
Lads, I have a 1:30 call that I got to do.
1:30.
Yeah, you guys stay, do your thing.
Oh
Okay.
no. Okay. Well, we're gonna miss you.
Well, and you got it started.
Okay. Yeah, we're down a man temporarily.
But we got started on the idea. Thank you for joining us.
He gives us a lot of encouragement. A lot of spirit. That guy's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's crazy
He
we
could,
just
he could
met
be a
him.
screenwriter.
Never. They just met him on the street.
You just met him on the street.
Yep.
That was
No,
what a
I've
nice
known-
guy.
I've known Greg for. I've known Greg longer than I've known you, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, similar thing though. He just sort of appeared in Miami one day, and I was like, "Well, I
As
guess
one does.
we're friends now."
Yeah.
So I do like Greg's intro. I think we should maybe come up with a character a little bit.
Yeah. I like if she's. I'm thinking she's redneck,
redneck.
and this is
What kind of redneck? Because
I know, there's
redneck
a
is
lot of
sort of
different types.
it's a broad brush that I do think gets abused.
sure. And this would also decide or help with the location, the placement of the story as well.
Right. I think it's got to be like a second tier city.
Yeah.
Like they're not like if they're in New York, they're in New York State, and not
Oh yeah, no, it's a town.
New York
I'm not thinking like a city.
But I do think that it needs to be somewhere where like it's reasonable that all of the other girls have been able to make a come up in the world.
So like a city suburb,
Yeah, like a city suburb.
close enough
Yeah.
to the city.
Maybe like outside of Boston.
Outside of Boston, and there's plenty of redneck Boston suburbs,
Yeah. So outside of Boston could be.
and that's a specific type of trashy, like a masshole.
Yeah.
A masshole girl.
Well, Masshole Girl is.
They're funny.
Iconic archetype.
Oh yes, it's an iconic archetype. Who are the famous masshole girls of our day
Blake Lively.
in the town? Yep.
And I thought it was just.
Oh, just
What's
in general.
the town?
The town is the Ben Affleck movie. Like the town.
I was just
The titular
Blake Lively,
movie.
who
Just Blake Lively.
is innocent.
And who is innocent, and we love Blake Lively.
We love Blake Lively.
And
Come on the pod.
Come on the pod, please. Produce our movie, please.
Blakely.
You can play the titular role.
And I will stand far, far back.
Yep.
I'll have cameras on every interaction just to make sure that nothing. I don't even know
we'll
what
have
happens.
our assistants have
But I know
conversations
that
with you.
it's a weird issue with like 24/7 surveillance. Like the fact that all I know about this is that virtually every minute interaction is somehow part of the legal record now.
Oh, that freaks me out. That's. I mean,
I think it's cool.
you think it's cool?
Yeah, I think it's cool. I always wanted
Back in
to
the
like,
day, you used to be able to get away with stuff because you weren't
Yeah.
recorded all the time.
Yeah, but think about all of the funny, cool things that you've done that are just somebody's memory.
Uh-huh.
Like one time when we were watching Godzilla -1
Mm.
and a big sad moment came around, I farted. And it was
In the
really
movie
funny.
theater
In the
or just
movie
at home?
theater.
That's
And it was loud.
didn't
And
Danny do that in
he did in The Ring.
The Ring? Yeah.
And
Yeah.
all of Chicago clapped for him.
That's funny.
But so inspired by Danny, I did
Inspired,
it during
yeah.
Godzilla -1. It's a very tragic moment for all of Japan.
It's a sad
and
movie. Yeah.
I freshened it up. But I do wish that, there was beyond the people that witnessed it with me, there was a
You wish you could have got it on
instant
video.
replay
But you don't.
so I
you-
could show everybody how funny I was that one time.
Yeah, I mean that would be cool, but you don't. There's the negative side effects of these Gen Zs. It's you repress your how you act because
You don't repress. You just don't do anything wrong.
I know, but that's repressing yourself.
No, not if you're good.
I think it's leading to boring behavior because
mean-
everybody is at all times. This could be recorded, which is correct. It could be,
The solution is to just be pure of heart.
which I think we both are.
Obviously.
So
That's why we're recording
so
this on
it's
the
okay.
pod.
Yes. And we love Blake Lively and Angelina Jolie
And Gal Gadot.
and Gal. Well, no comment.
I will comment on Gal Gadot. She's beautiful.
She is beautiful.
She's
I'll give her that.
strong. She's smart. She's a good actress.
All I'm gonna say is she's beautiful. She has a pretty.
You're about to see how beautiful
face.
in Snow White. when
And
she's
Snow White. Yep, coming out on Friday.
On all fours, dripping.
I don't think that happens, but maybe it does. I haven't seen it yet. Okay,
She
so
makes them fuck her.
it's because she's evil.
Yeah,
Yeah,
obviously.
They don't want to.
They don't want to. They can't leave. She runs faster. You saw
Yeah,
Wonder Woman.
And Rachel Ziggler saves them from a life of servitude. That's actually
traumatized.
awesome. Yeah.
They can only sing. This is the only thing that.
It's the only thing that takes
takes the edge off.
Yeah.
Years and years of sexual slavery.
Yeah. I mean, that's what happens in the original Snow White. So
Basically,
yeah.
that's what Walt Disney wrote.
Walt Disney was one interesting guy
Who we love.
who we love.
and respect.
And we love the company that he created.
We do.
Yep.
If you're hearing this from Disney Corporation, come on the pod.
Disney Plus, come on the pod.
Bob Iger, come on the pod.
We love all those Star Wars shows.
Kathleen Kennedy,
Kathleen Kennedy, Queen.
come on the pod.
Barbara Broccoli, come on the pod.
Come on the pod.
Tell us about what it went down with James Bond.
Tell us for real
doors.
what happened behind closed doors.
For real.
But so back to this movie idea.
Back to this
right?
movie. Okay, so I like Boston. I like Boston Townie.
Yeah, Boston Townie. Her friends have like gotten jobs as like lawyers.
Marketing,
Marketing, creative,
account managers,
project managers.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're definitely like in the. They're making six figures.
They're making six figures. They live in the South End.
Yeah. Sure.
Yep.
That's the nice part, right?
Sure.
And on the other hand, our girl, whose name is
Let me think of
like a badass girl's name,
thinking of just like a normal ass Boston girl name.
Beth.
Erin, Danielle.
Oh, Erin is good.
That's a classic regional normal girl name.
Erin is good. Erin
Yeah.
I like because Erin is a little annoying on the ears.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry to anybody who's
Who's
listening
named
to this,
Erin.
who's named Erin, but
Yes.
you could tone it down.
You might want to switch to your middle
Erin,
name.
you know what? We can be fair. I think Erin with two A's.
No, but that's boy.
Yeah, but it's also annoying on the ears.
But Erin is boy. Erin is girl.
Right.
Yeah.
And her name is Erin, Erin.
Yes.
But, you know, it's got the air, ear,
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
It's like, it sounds like somebody yelling at you.
And she's from Rockland.
She's from Rockland. And
She loves donkeys.
she loves donkeys. She smokes in her car with the windows up.
Marlboro Lights.
She is the thing about Erin,
Uh-huh.
right? The problem with Erin is that when she's in peak form, she's a legend.
Mm-hmm.
She is, I mean, standing on top of the bar with her tits out.
When they were in high school and college, even that, you know, she was very fun.
She's the most fun.
St. Patty's Day.
Her problem is she's too fun. She's aggressively a good time to the detriment of all of her relationships with her family, with her romantic partners.
In many such cases of when other friends grow up and settle down and get a job and relax a little bit, she's just kept on partying.
She's kept on rocking.
Yeah. My kind of girl.
I don't want to like fast forward too far. I kind of do though because I want to like have this idea documented. But
Yeah.
like, Erin could die.
Yeah, she could die.
Like the big punchline at the end of the movie is that she just like has a massive coronary.
I am thinking that the vibe overall is like a girls' comedy, you know, like
Yeah.
a Bachelorette, and more Bachelorette. If you've seen that with Kirsten Dunst, great movie. Where
No.
it's like, I would recommend it. I think
I
you'd
don't even
like
think
it.
I've heard of it.
It's
Is it a comedy? Or
it's
is
a
it like
comedy.
a rom-com wedding movie?
It's a comedy, but it has more like darker drama elements than like Bridesmaids, or like it just has like a little bit of a more adult tone.
Well, yeah, because Kirsten's an adult actress.
She's an adult, serious actress. Love Kirsten Dunst.
I don't mean she's an adult. I mean she's like an actress for
adults.
adults.
Yep.
Which
Yep.
is shout out to Kirsten.
Shout out to her.
Come on the pod,
Come on the pod. We love you, and we love your husband too,
Jesse.
Jesse Plemons.
Jesse Plemons.
So it's I'm thinking it's that kind of vibe where it's a comedy, but it has some dramatic elements as well. You know,
Like when she
like when she dies.
dies.
Yeah.
But then she comes back.
She comes back.
She
She
comes
dies
back
for
from-
5 minutes.
Yeah, she dies. Let's up those numbers.
Yeah.
She dies for like 20 minutes.
20 minutes. That's
And
possible,
so when she
right?
comes back, everybody like isn't sure if she's, you know, a little
Yeah.
oxygen deprived, shall we say?
Right.
And she very well might be,
Yeah.
but there's no difference.
Yeah. She's the same.
It's you couldn't tell.
Yeah. Oh, I love this girl.
Yeah, we love Erin, and that's what we have to do with the audience, right?
Yeah.
You have any ideas of who could play Erin?
Who was thinking about this. If she could do a convincing Boston accent,
Mm-hmm.
who came to mind was Beanie Feldstein.
Beanie Feldstein.
I'm thinking more. I want that kind of a build, if I may say so.
Sure.
Who else is like that? And like late 20s, pushing 30
I was
kind of
gonna.
age.
I think when I was coming up with this idea, I was thinking about Jillian Bell,
Oh, sure.
who
yeah.
I think Jillian Bell may be like too much of a serious actor now.
Is she?
Yeah.
I feel like she's still a comedy.
Well, I was thinking about. Did you ever see I think it was called The Babysitter?
I never saw that.
It was a Comedy Central show that only lasted for one season, where an adult woman was hired to be a babysitter for another adult woman.
And Jillian Bell was the
And
adult
Jillian
woman.
Bell was the very wealthy adult woman who's never been told no in her life and is sort
She's
of a
just a damn mess.
human hurricane. It's a good show. I thought it was really funny.
She plays like messy woman well, and she's genuinely funny.
Yeah,
like,
I think
she
Jillian
makes me
Bell is
laugh.
a great actress all around.
Yeah.
Great comedic actor. We say actor on this
Lady
pod.
actor.
Lady actors, that's
Yep.
the best version of it. She's a great lady actor. And so like a Jillian Bell type.
That's exactly the vibe.
That's
Yeah.
exactly the vibe, right?
Yeah.
Like she's hot,
Oh yeah.
but she'll also like break your nose and shit her pants within like 3 or 4 minutes.
yeah.
Which is exactly what we want.
Which is what's
out
going to
of
happen.
Aaron.
Yes.
So, I think that Greg's opening sequence culminates in Aaron breaking her nose and shitting her pants, losing her job because she, of course, works at the supermarket where she is.
Where she's just walking around with her friend
Walking around with her
At
friend
work.
at work,
doing nitro socks.
doing whippets off of the whipped cream canisters and putting the things because they
She
get
could
so
even-
many.
She could even be like assistant manager, like enough,
Yeah,
a mid-level
but
at the
like
supermarket.
not of her own merit.
No, just because
They felt bad.
just she'd been there since high school. and
Right,
She just
exactly.
naturally, they're like, all right,
They're
we'll
just
call
like,
you
"It's-
assistant manager.
We literally have nobody
Yeah.
responsible enough to put into this job. So she loses her job, and the story of Aaron. Welcome back.
Okay, also have an idea for an ad.
Oh yes, we
Okay,
love
little
ads.
segue.
We love
Okay.
advertisements.
Perfect time
So
that.
it's a Super Bowl commercial.
Yeah.
Okay. Ad starts, referee throws the flag. Encroachment. We're going to review in the booth. He goes into the booth, and inside of the booth is like a fiesta. There's people dancing on poles. There's like people partying. He's looking in the booth, and there's like nachos and dip.
Yeah.
Doritos.
Love
Dip,
Doritos.
he's dipping. He's
Yeah.
He comes back out in the center of the field. He's like, we're going to have to review that again. Goes back to the booth because that's where the party's happening. Goes in, chips, dip. There's music. There's lights. There's fog machines. That's as far as I got.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm buying whatever they're selling.
Because what's going on in that
Are
little
they
booth?
selling Doritos?
It
Are they
sounds
selling
like Doritos.
dip? Are they selling the NFL?
Why not both?
What if there's like it could be a Bud Light commercial. There's just like a cooler in there with like ice cold Bud.
Yeah,
You
but there's
can't
also
show-
Doritos there.
You cannot show anyone drinking in a booze commercial.
Really?
Huh.
They can only be holding it.
They can hold it.
Can you show
cannot
somebody
drink
drinking
booze.
in a commercial for Doritos? Maybe get like a 2
I
for
don't think
1.
you can in
You can't
advertising.
show.
You cannot show consumption of booze.
What
In
if
the
it's
booze
what if
business.
it's a zero alcohol beer?
That's a great
Is
question.
that why
good
they always are
question.
like cheersing, but never?
Yeah.
It like
Yeah.
goes up to their lips and they
Yeah,
cut it
like
off.
the Shane Gillis, Post Malone thing. Like they're just holding the beers the whole time.
And
Can't sip
smiling
it.
and laughing.
Imagine
and-
if they unlocked that and you could show like irresponsible drinking in an ad.
I
drinking
think
and
that they
driving.
should.
Bongs.
Yeah.
I think it's way worse that they don't. I think that like the sort of 2+2 that your imagination does when you don't see them drinking makes you subconsciously want to drink more.
Right.
It's like a horror movie. What you don't
Whereas-
see is scarier than
Exactly.
what you actually do see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's actually my biggest qualm with horror films is when they reveal the bad guy. I'm like, never reveal him.
You should never
Often
reveal the bad
often
Never.
they're kind of whack.
That
yeah.
happened in a great example is what was the movie we were talking about that they made for $4.5 million? And
Terrifier.
no, Justin Long is in it.
Barbarian.
Oh,
Yeah,
Barbarian.
Wait, I just
Great
was gonna
movie.
say
It's great.
I
And
love
then they
that titty
show-
monster.
they
I
show
did like
her,
the
and I'm
monster.
I love the titty monster.
And she's like, oh, baby. I'm
I
like,
liked
it
the
was-
monster, but I didn't like what they said that the monster was, which was just some like.
Well, she like was abused.
She was like,
forever.
an abuse victim who like morphed
it was
into-
going up on the chart, as I was watching. I was like, "Ooh, this is good." And then it just started kind of like the decline began once you revealed more and more about the like antagonist or the bad guy.
They tried to sneak some like, the feminist themes and anti-gentrification
Sure.
themes
Yeah.
into that movie.
Yeah.
Which, not that I hate those. I
Love
love
Starbucks, dude.
I love feminism
when AMC
and I
fucking
love
opens in
not
Bed-Stuy.
gentrifying. I think gentrifying is so bad unless it's Starbucks or AMC, unless it's something that is good for the people in the community.
Yeah, gentrification is wrong unless it's a thing that I like.
That's true.
Yes,
I
exactly.
think it can be good.
Right.
It just depends. It depends on the
yeah,
situation.
If it's not corporate, then I'm in.
Yeah.
I don't care for corporate gentrification.
Mm-hmm.
See, I only like corporate gentrification, and it's
Yeah.
this mom and pop style,
Yeah,
folksy
you like-
gentrification.
you like chop.
It's got to have white fluorescent light
Yeah.
inside. And if it doesn't,
Well, to
then
deter
you can't
the-
activate.
the theft in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I think that we should sort of just mask off with commercials. We should show people smoking and
Bring
drinking
back cigarette ads for
and
sure.
fucking
And
Yeah.
fucking and sucking.
in
Yeah,
commercials.
That's
Yep.
German shit.
Yeah. Did they do whatever in Germany?
Yeah, it's just like a full, just like ruthless blowjob scene. They're like breath mints, Mentos.
Do you see they're arresting people for shit posting in Germany?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, they're in a bad place.
That's crazy.
That they suck.
It's
They
crazy.
suck.
I also think that's cool.
You think it's cool to arrest people for shit posting?
Yeah, he's corporate, dude.
Just be
Corporate
pure of
Emerson.
heart.
Yeah.
Just be a good person. Just be nice on the internet.
That's
Brother,
so funny.
you'd be in
Nothing-
jail.
Nothing is
I'd be in jail.
So one of my
I
favorite
would be in
things.
jail in Germany so
yeah.
fast.
Yeah.
Every time
You're-
I shave my mustache into the little Mein Führer.
Yeah.
They don't look at
And send
your
the picture to
actual
all my
X account. They
friends.
look at the like side one you have.
Right.
That's where you do all the naughty
Free
business.
movie ideas after dark.
Yeah. After 3 Chardonnays and an Ambien.
Ooh. You don't want to see me after
There
3
are
Chardonnays.
definitely some free movie ideas.
Oh, and you should do an Ambien ideas. It's just like
You take Ambien and you stay
completely-
up.
There was
completely
one
absurd.
one that comes to mind is actually Rick told me that PrEP, the natural male enhancement pill for gay
What?
guys.
No,
It's
PrEP
not
is-
male enhancement.
PrEP is
It's
HIV
a
prevention.
HIV preventative.
What enhances your ability
I was
to
To not
Snorting
get
it.
HIV.
fucking suck.
Well, okay, yeah.
While not
when you
getting
put it like that.
HIV.
Yes.
That you have it gives you really crazy dreams.
Does it?
That apparently, PrEP dreams are like shrieking nightmares.
I don't know if I said
God,
that.
dude.
I mean, I don't know if I have heard that.
Yeah, maybe it was.
I'll try it.
Maybe I asked you about it after I saw it in like a newspaper article or something.
I'm on PrEP, and I would say that I have crazy dreams.
So you're
sometimes.
enhanced.
yeah.
So you're,
Yeah.
you're an enhanced male.
I'm an enhanced male, yes, and maybe that's what it is. I
Yeah,
don't know.
you're just like your baseline is like
I would have to do,
people
like, a
being
control-
fed into like the shredder.
Yeah.
His dreams. That's
know-
the thing, right? Is your dreams are actually like horrifying and
They are.
terrible,
They're,
but
they're terrifying.
you don't even.
You know what
it's-
else gives you
it's
crazy
nothing.
dreams?
It's nothing
If you
anymore.
put on a nicotine patch.
Oh,
before you
I've
go
heard
to
that.
Sleep.
Mm-hmm.
It's insane. Try
Really?
it. Yeah.
I have heard that.
Yeah. Go like a heavy dose nicotine
cool.
patch. Yeah. Actually, someone told me that once. I was like, I want to try
I
that.
gotta do it. I used to take Ambien and not go to sleep in high school, so I could
Did you take your
Why?
mom's?
stretch all the
It's for
apps
fun.
in my phone.
Why?
Because it gets
It's,
you
like,
high.
it's cool to like you stick your hand in through the screen of your phone
Yeah.
and you can move everything around. You make the numbers do what you want.
Yeah. That reminds me of my mom. She used to do that.
Take Ambien and
I was like,
stay
you
up.
should go to bed, mother. She's like, oh no, this is when it gets good.
That's awesome.
Right, exactly. So
Like,
that's
mother.
Oh,
that was
Mom.
She's like, I'm
basically
wrapping Christmas gifts. I'm like, it's May.
yeah.
Where's the wrapping paper?
That is her right.
That is actually a true story.
Yeah. Oh, great.
Shout outs moms. All across
Shout out
Yeah,
to
shout out
moms.
to moms
Come
out
on the
there.
pod.
Come on the pod. Should have a mom's episode.
We should have a mom's episode. Where
So
they can,
did you guys trash my opening scene?
No,
Is it
it's
out of
still
the
in
film?
there.
No,
still
it's
in
still
there.
definitely-
And we
but
came
we
up
added
with
to
a
it.
couple other things. Yeah.
yeah.
We're in Boston.
Shopping cart wheel, real quick. Say it's like one step above opening on an alarm clock.
Oh, like
It might be two steps above.
smack, and the
It's-
character
yeah.
is so sleepy.
Yeah.
They're so sleepy.
It's like film school. Okay, film school.
Which we went to. We
Well,
went to
it's-
film school. Actually.
We went to film school, and I
Yeah.
will say from experience that's actually the hardest part.
Opening shot
Is waking up.
Oh my gosh.
to get to class.
Waking
go
up
to
for
film
for
school.
class. Oh boy, I don't want to go to class.
I would have class at like 3 p.m. and I would show up at like 3:30.
Oh god,
I'm
dude.
sorry. I'm so tired.
That is, when people failed out of film school, I'm like, what?
That's crazy because it wasn't even real school.
It's not real school.
It-
You just, I mean, you just
it's
don't
not
go to
art
class.
school and it's not film school. It's like, you know, when the substitute would come in and like put on a movie.
Yeah, best.
It's that, but it's $60,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then you write a beautiful essay about that film.
It was like Carl Sagan talks about the universe.
I don't think that they made me write an essay about that film that was more than like 3 pages. And the teachers didn't read it either. It was like some TA who was just like, great, German expressionism.
Yeah.
Now we're going to talk about Russian constructivism.
I did a film class in college, and it was the fucking most boring class I've ever taken. The shit that he was playing was just like, oh god.
Yeah.
And he was like, see the use of light and dark.
You're like, shut
Yeah,
up.
bored.
I want to see Angelina Jolie.
Play Fast and the Furious 7.
I was like a really
Entertain us.
I was
Yeah.
like a really good high school student, so when film school was not hard for me, I would ask them if I could take extra classes in different departments,
Nerd.
including the grad school, and
So, like,
none
we
of
have
the
a
grad
judo
school
class
kids
you could
were.
take. You
Yeah,
could take Aikido.
ballet.
You could do basket weaving.
But the one
My dad
Wizardry.
always said, don't take basket weaving in college. Or don't
Wizardry.
major in basket weaving.
at NYU.
I said, I'm going to do that just to piss you off.
I
Bitch.
I always the one class that I didn't do good in film school was actually because it was at 8:30,
Oof.
and I was
That's your dinner time.
That's dinner time.
promoting a night at a club the night before.
Miami-Fade County.
Miami-Fade County.
Which club?
Don Hills.
Don Hills in Miami?
No, Don Hills up here.
Where was
the
that?
best place ever,
I'm
dude.
sure it doesn't exist
It was,
anymore.
It doesn't. It was on
the building
Greenwich.
is still there.
Greenwich and Spring. Fucking best bar ever.
It was great. And, you know, for some reason I was 18 and I had a night that I was hosting at Don Hills, and they would give me and my friends a bottle of Svedka.
Nice.
So I wasn't going to class
Oh, so fun.
the next
I
morning.
miss that place.
Bro, I was at the club last night. I'm not going to fucking
Smoke
class.
inside.
directing the actor. Stand over there.
And the building above is really cool. I went upstairs once. There's just one staircase that goes up the entire
What
thing.
was
Like, it's
upstairs?
just apartments.
Mm.
But it's like like the entire building is like one apartment.
Okay.
Like the staircase just like goes up in like different rooms.
That's
it's like
cool.
a really strange building. It's really cool.
We got to bring that place back.
Yeah.
I know, so cool.
Shout out to Don Hills.
This
they
bar
put like
sucks. Pubkey?
I
Fake
love
Don Hills.
Pubkey.
It's corporate
I
Don
love
Hills.
PubKey.
I love it.
Corporate Don Hills.
Shout out to corporate Bitcoin, blockchain Don Hills.
Yeah.
We love Bitcoin as well. Come on the pod
Hey, Bitcoin, come on the pod.
Hey,
if you're
Bitcoin.
listening.
We actually are coding this pod on the blockchain.
Yeah, it's there forever.
That's actually, I do think that Bitcoin technology and free movie ideas go together.
Go hand in hand.
Yeah.
Because it takes electricity to make a podcast, and it takes electricity to make a Bitcoin.
Yep. They have that in common.
I feel like every time I come here, I'm telling somebody about the guy who paid 10,000 Bitcoins for 2 pizzas.
Yeah, Papa John's.
Papa
Better
John's
ingredients,
pizzas.
better pizza. Papa John's.
And they're horrified.
And we actually threw around the idea. We're like, should we get Papa here?
Papa
like
John.
all the Bitcoiners come through,
Yeah.
and we're like, should we get Papa here?
Yeah.
And we decided against that.
I would love if Papa John came here.
Yeah,
What's the
I think he
concern?
said
Yeah.
some naughty shit, and I forgot what it was, but
Yeah, he's a bad
Well,
boy.
we're very close to NYU. Do you think people will protest
if
If
Papa,
Papa
was here,
John
Yeah.
came to
the
PUBG.
attendance?
I think they're tired of us, the NYU kids. They're just like, whatever. You guys are boomers.
Yeah.
You guys are damn boomers.
These
Yeah.
are fucking so cute.
Yeah, sucking on your prep, snorting,
Getting
snorting
horrible
They're
breath.
snorting
dreams.
their prep and doing Ambien.
So yeah, I was
and-
thinking like Cool World or like Who Framed Roger Rabbit,
Oh,
but
yeah.
the whole time it's taking place inside some gay guy's nightmare.
But you don't know until
You
the
don't
end.
know, like there's
It ends with the alarm
There's
clock.
signs exactly.
Yeah.
That's how we flip the script.
Oh, I
in,
love that.
The last bit of the movie is
Yeah, it sounds completely unwatchable. Let's make it.
That sounds.
It
yeah, that
doesn't
sounds great.
matter. That's isn't it? Aren't you free now that you know that it's not going to make money?
I'm so sad that we can't make money making movies. That's my dream after this project is to make comedies like Airplane and Spaceballs and Hot Shots. I want to bring that style back.
If
Yeah.
you rub elbows with Bitcoin guys. They have money.
Getting money to finance it, I don't think is the issue.
Yeah.
No.
But like
That's
then what?
that's actually not the problem, and the reason that people don't want to finance movies, especially in the age of crypto, which they will put, because it's funny money, that it's not that much money to make something compared to the types of purchases that they're making. It's the fact that your money is tied up for the next like 2 to 5 years,
Right.
as you wait for the movie to get made, for the movie to get distributed, for it to go on to
Even
like
then,
planes
I don't think
and
that it's an
stuff.
issue to like raise. I think like you could raise and do like a $3 million raise, but then what? It's like, it sounds like you can't fucking make any money.
No, you can't.
If you make it and it's great, and then what? You like spin up a website and you're like, you can only get it here.
Yep.
Ugh. And then you're like running Instagram ads.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's worth it.
Well, the move is you bring on star power, like a who's Curry from
Tim Curry.
You bring on Tim Curry.
Bring on Tim Curry.
It sells itself.
Bring on Tim Curry.
Star
Tim
power.
Curry.
and Blake Lively. who
He's
we
in
were
some
discussing
fucking
Tim
earlier.
Curry.
garbage these days.
Tim Curry?
Yeah.
Well, that's because Tim Curry
I
had
think. What do you think it costs him to? What do you think it costs us to get Tim
Like
Curry?
a booking for a
Yeah.
booking.
I think
To
the
get
challenge
him
is,
to bring him onto your picture.
well, he had a debilitating stroke.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, he's like paralyzed. He's
Yeah,
not doing
no.
well.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just saw him in a trailer for something.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yes,
That
dude.
must have been
Think about Tim,
For Stream-
Tim
Somebody else.
Robbins.
Stream 2. He's in the trailer.
Stream 2.
Yeah.
What's that?
Absolute trash. Like horror
That would
trash.
be-
It's the
I mean,
same guys who
I'm-
did Terrifier. The same
And it's
production
called
company.
Stream. There's Stream 1,
Stream 1.
and then there's Stream 2.
Yeah. These are like what I would consider hood horror films that are like straight to DVD. Like
Uh-huh.
people buy them on the street.
Yeah.
And it's like, no matter what it is, it's like, we were talking about this, like the Leprechaun.
Yeah. Great
Um,
movie.
Oh my gosh, Tim
Great.
Curry is in this movie.
Yes.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's what I'm saying. So what do you think it costs like that level of an actor to like join?
100K.
20K.
Oh, 20K? Really?
No, more than 20K.
Yeah. Because it's probably
100K.
30 days
minimum.
of shooting for him.
30 days of shooting.
Thir-
For
he-
him.
he's in the home, like he's the star of the film. 30 days of shooting is a lot.
Uh,
I feel like people
so
are doing
15 days of shooting for him?
No, it
If he's the
depends.
star?
If he's the star,
You could do it in 15 days.
He's not the star.
But
He's not
that'll-
the star. The
that'll-
star's
yeah,
a
that's my
no-name.
question.
The
Is like
star's
if
a
he
no-name,
shows
but
up for like
he's-
a couple scenes and they
Right.
sandwich that all into like 5 days
he's
in a
in the
week,
trailer.
and you think about they're paying him scale or whatever, so he's like $1,000 a day,
$1,000
plus
a
whatever
day?
bonus.
He's more than that.
I just don't know.
He's more than that.
He's more than
I
that.
hope so.
The fucking gaffer is $1,000 a day.
And that's
And-
low.
Yeah, that's like a good rate.
Yeah.
Sometimes they'll do this thing called most favored nations, where everybody gets paid the same.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Is that a thing that happens on set?
Yeah,
A little taste of
What?
communism.
Everyone gets $600 or $550 a day.
everybody is paid the amount that the highest person getting paid is getting.
$550, $575.
That'd be pretty good.
575, yeah. And then, you could give like Tim Curry like a bonus or, various incentives. You can give him points on the back end. So when the movie doesn't make any money, you don't have to pay him anymore.
What if you took a different approach and you, instead of bringing on like a known B-list or C-lister, you targeted like TikTokers who have like 10 million followers. It's like, oh,
They
well,
cost too much.
I put her in this movie, and we're gonna use her platform to like market this shit.
Those
They don't
guys-
even, and this is the problem with TikTok quote unquote stars. They actually, their clout doesn't translate at all. You could have 10 million followers on TikTok. It means like nothing.
As soon as they try to sell you something, it's like,
The only one,
I'm
like the
bored.
only one that's really kind of made it out of TikTok purgatory is Addison Rae that I can think of.
Addison Rae. She sounds super
Addison
hot.
Rae, she's hot.
Yeah, dude.
she's a hot,
She,
sexy gal.
That's
Super
exactly
hot.
what
She's
it
a pop-
sounds.
pop
It's
star.
exactly what it sounds.
She was in the
like.
Eli
Yeah.
Roth Thanksgiving movie.
But did people go to see that because Addison Rae was in it, or did they go to see that because that was a
It was
Eli Roth
it was like
Thanksgiving movie?
cool that she was in it. She wasn't the
So it's
draw
like a bonus.
necessarily, but she's only gotten more famous since then.
Another
So-
question for you lads. What about writing something and just selling it and walking away? Is
That's-
that, is that the goal?
We would do.
Yes.
We would love to do that.
Yeah, and what does one sell a script for? If it's like,
$50.
is it
No,
that
like,
bad?
Depends on who you're.
You're like, brother, we're giving them away for free.
We're
That's
giving
the
'em away.
podcast.
It depends who's.
It's either free or 50 grand.
Yeah.
It's actually more than that, depending on. So there's tiers. I mean, I'm in the Writers Guild,
Uh-huh.
so there's based on what the budget of the film is.
What
sort
does
of-
it cost to be in the Writers Guild?
Uh,
Is it like a athletic club membership?
It's sort of based on how much money you're bringing in. So at $0.
If you make $0, you pay $0.
per quarter. I pay like $40 every 3 months.
Are you union?
Yeah.
Are you a union guy?
Yeah, I'm a union. I'm a union man.
I'm a union man like my daddy before me. Working on the railroad all night long.
But yeah, basically,
That's kind of cool. Do you get like a badge or something?
I have a card.
Yeah, you need a badge.
I know, and a gun.
Not like a badge.
You
that
need a
use,
gun.
but
I'm
like
from the
one you can
Writers
put on
Guild.
your jacket. You're under citizen's arrest. It's like what?
For crimes against story.
That could be a good movie concept there. Like a guy who's just completely unhinged.
Freezer, my writer, will shoot.
He couldn't become a cop. They're like he flunked out of police academy.
His dream was to be a cop, and then he flunked out, so he became a
joined, like, the
screenwriter
lowest,
instead.
The lowest level, the dregs.
Like, oh fuck, I have to be fucking
And
dumb
he's like,
screenwriter
he's
now.
like, do I get a badge? I'm like, yeah, we can get you a badge, laminate it, and then he just like is causing havoc
And he's
in
like,
the
do
park.
I get a gun? And they're like, no,
Like,
you
please
don't get a
leave.
gun. And he's like, great, because I already have one.
Yeah,
And
he
they're
has his
like,
own gun.
Please don't bring, this has nothing to do with your gun. And he's like holding the gun. And they're like, what are you doing with the gun? And he's like putting it in his mouth. And they're like, please don't do that.
Who should play him?
And then he takes the gun out of his mouth.
An
And
overzealous
they say, "Thank
citizen
you."
who just is performing citizen arrest, just like trying to clean up his neighborhood.
yeah.
Yeah.
Could be funny.
Because he's sick of the gentrification.
He reads about citizens arrest and he's like, this is a thing.
He's a woke, failed cop. He hates gentrification.
Yeah, he's a failed cop.
No,
who
he does
hates
citizens
gentrification, who
arrest
became
for
a
like
screenwriter.
multiple. He runs the gamut of like why you would do it.
Yeah.
You know, it's like jaywalking gets him.
Yeah.
But he blasts him.
Okay, I have a free movie idea.
Okay.
Wall Street, 80s.
Mm.
There's a place that all the traders go to have lunch.
No.
Think like Wolf of Wall Street where they're drinking the martinis.
Mhm.
It's like everyone goes there and they're chatting business. And then there's one guy who wears prosthetics and a wig, and he invests in like he goes to one of those like spy stores. You remember there used to be spy stores everywhere?
Yeah, everywhere.
So he goes into a spy store, he invests in like spy equipment, audio recording devices, and he's listening in on conversations
And making trades.
and making trades based off the data that he gets. And so he's got like little directional mics and shit, and like, but he's completely in disguise, and he keeps going back to this restaurant. Then, little twist,
Yeah.
he discovers that someone else is doing the same thing at the restaurant.
Oh,
and then he's
boy.
like, then he uncovers that there's this whole underground like
Spy
data-
network.
Yeah, spy
of,
network that's
data
like
collectors, yeah.
infiltrated this restaurant. That's like, oh, we were here first, brother. You're encroaching on our territory. Then he gets himself into a whole heap of trouble.
And so they're all doing insider tradings.
Yeah,
Of a sort.
And like you know, you get like the just like the foul stories that the like traders are talking about, banging some girl. Like,
Yeah, they're nasty.
Chewing food, like food's going everywhere.
They're
By
gross.
the way, in what was that movie about?
Wolf of Wall Street?
No, what was the one that what's her face was in?
Angelina Jolie.
Where she's injecting her leg with
The what?
She's like injecting herself with the thing. It just
Oh.
came out.
Oh,
The substance.
Why was I bringing that up?
Because
it's a sick movie.
Demi Moore is mother.
Mother.
It's hot.
Well, I'm sure I had a good point.
Well,
I promise.
do you
And it'll
think
come back to me?
we could
Yeah.
just do that anyway and like just put little sound recording devices, hidden recording devices
Yeah.
into a place where traders go?
Where
So a
traders
place
hang
like PubKey and just
Sure,
record
sure.
their
Well, we
going. Is this
record
whole
our-
place mic'd up?
Yeah, it is.
And turn it into a podcast?
Yeah, my question about that film was why did they make her boss like so disgusting with the food? He was eating like the shrimp and
Dennis
shit, like-
Quaid.
Dennis Quaid.
Dennis Quaid.
Dennis
Yep.
Quaid.
Yep.
Yeah. What was that about? Like we're just showing that he's like a disgusting man.
Men are gross.
Yeah.
Men in power are disgusting.
Especially in Hollywood.
Especially in Hollywood, and there he's
felt
a
over the top.
disgusting. I mean, the whole movie was over the top. You know, it was a bit campy.
It was. I actually enjoyed it. I thought it was 40 minutes too long.
They
I
could
feel
have. They
that
could have cut it down.
I
They
feel
coulda-
that way with like a lot of movies.
could've been a
Like,
tight 90.
Jesus Christ. Bring back the 90-minute movie.
I saw a lovely 90-minute movie last night, Black Bag by Steven Soderbergh.
Oh, I was gonna see that.
Oh yeah, it's new.
It's brand new, 90 minutes long.
Hell yeah!
Shout out to
That's
Steven
correct.
Soderbergh.
Yeah.
Come
I
on the
feel like
pod.
Come on the pod.
Movies have like a fourth act now. I'm like,
This
oh,
one
they could wrap it up right
They
here.
They
do.
could have shaved a
actually,
whole
it's-
lot off of that movie.
they-
Like there was a fourth act in that movie.
Yeah. I mean the end like 30 minutes was like my favorite part when it like actually goes balls to the wall.
Yeah.
She's exploding all over everybody.
Yeah.
You know, but like
We
a
could've
lot
got
of the
there a
middle,
little, like-
we
We
could have
could've
got
got
there
there
quicker.
faster.
Yeah.
There's like a lot of like shiny butts and like shiny sexy footage of her that was just like
We get
over
it.
the top.
I get
Okay,
it.
we've
Like-
seen this.
Yeah.
Like over the top. Like
Yeah.
why we keep showing this? Like we get it. She's
Yeah.
hot.
Yeah.
Okay, two things. The first one is March 27th, 2024.
Yeah.
Complications mount when a doorman starts making major plays in the stock market based on things he's heard and inferred from the major players and peons in and around his luxury apartment building.
So he could be one of the agents. It's not just this restaurant, but they're all over.
They're
Yeah.
all over.
Yeah.
You don't know where they
It's
are.
elevator attendants.
Yeah.
It's like and they're
Which
just
I've heard
like
is true, that there
underground
is like
guys.
a doorman mafia in New York. These guys just are trafficking in so much information.
And that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
Lots of
around all these
gossip.
rich people.
exactly. And
There's something there maybe.
hey, it's a free movie idea.
How that concept started was I just like have a love for those old spy stores. And I was like, how can I work that into a story? Because those places were awesome.
Yeah, they were. You could go in and you could get like glasses cameras
Yeah.
before they even
Yeah.
looked like
Or like a gun that's
before
just
they
like a
were
radar
inconspicuous.
You could go in and buy guns.
It was shaped like a gun, but it
Shaped
just
like a
like
gun.
picked up audio from like 3 football fields away.
They're the
That's
most
sick.
obvious looking glasses cameras of all time.
For sure. Oh yeah, this is the
They look like a
80s,
pair
so
of
all the
glasses
spy
that
gear
nobody
is, like
would
really
wear
bad.
with like a separate little window in the glasses that like is blinking.
Yeah,
While you're
And the
recording.
server, his server, who he is actually in love with, is onto him. She knows that it's the same guy coming back, and she's like, "What is your deal, man?
Yeah.
You got a fucking camera on your face."
She's not into it.
That's
Or
definitely
maybe she is a
fall-
little
they
bit.
fall in love.
They fall in love eventually.
And there's bugs everywhere. You got to watch out when you go to a Hollywood party and somebody is like, "Oh,
'Cause there's
that's
bugs?
Fuck."
Let's make it gay though.
Yeah, it could be gay. He's a gay guy.
Yeah,
And the
do,
way-
do the stock market, but make it gay.
Raises the stakes being a gay guy in the 80s.
There's
Absolutely.
There's gay
No
guys
prep.
who work the market for sure.
There has
There's
to
some of
be.
the there's some of the
Yeah,
greediest
at least one.
guys out there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're more in the art market though. I feel like they're
Sure.
money launderers.
Yeah, they have their crimes that they do.
Oh, they do crimes.
They do a lot
They
of
do a
crimes.
lot
the
of
bears,
crimes.
the otters.
They're
they do crimes.
doing
If there's a
crimes
hierarchy
every day.
where it's like the
seals?
skinnier
Yeah.
ones get the bigger, tougher ones to do those crimes,
Would-
and they think they're helping.
Would Emerson
Yeah.
here be considered a twink, or has he moved out of that phase?
Oh,
Used to be.
far too old.
Oh,
you
yeah?
could
What
be
is
a
he?
you could be an old twink.
Well, he's
Some
an old,
expired
he's
twink.
an old twink because he has a twink face. if he cleaned that up, a little shave, maybe wash
No,
the
it's
face.
because
It's
I
you-
have kind eyes.
Literally, when
That
you
is
when
it.
you hit
They're so sweet.
21 years old, you are no longer a twink.
yeah, nice.
You're done.
It's like
It's all downhill from
It's
there.
all downhill.
So
you hit
what
the
is he?
wall. You would just be
just a guy.
just a guy.
Oh,
yeah,
that's terrible.
You
never
don't
wanna
need to
just be a
fit
guy.
into a.
Just a gay guy.
See, I'm a bear because I'm big and strong and I have a hairy chest.
It's
You
true.
would need to get
You guys
a little
don't see this,
bigger.
but Greg's about 350 pounds of
I'm
raw
a bear
muscle.
when it comes to Armenian guys. I'm the
Okay.
biggest Armenian man that ever was created. And
You're
I'm-
Armenian?
I'm 5'5".
I had no idea.
Yeah, it's not great. Nobody's perfect.
Just
I
like
support the Armenian cause.
The Armenian arts,
like the Kardashians.
just like them.
Yep.
and
yeah.
the guy from System of a Down.
And there's a Armin Manassian who's a famous editor.
Yeah.
Gets a lot of credits.
Really?
I've noticed. Yeah.
Isn't that your brother's name?
Yeah.
That's also your brother's name?
Yeah.
That's cool. I like when a culture gives everybody the same name.
Mhm.
It makes citizens arrest very difficult.
There's like 1,000 Emerson Rosenthals at my
Yeah. Oh,
synagogue
yeah.
alone.
Yeah. Do you still go
Really?
to the GOG? You don't go to the GOG.
No, it's been a while.
You're a bad Jew.
I'm a very bad Jew.
You're a bad boy.
That's why I'm on the pod saying I love Gal Gadot.
Ugh.
I was gonna say, be careful what you say
One
about
of the
the Jewish
worst
community on this
actresses.
podcast.
Is she a good actress?
No,
I've never
No.
seen her say
No,
deliver
yes.
any
No,
dialogue.
yes.
No, yes.
No, yes.
She's amazing.
Wow. She's like an industry plant.
She's honestly a hero. She is an industry plant,
Yeah.
and probably an active intelligence agent.
for sure. Yeah.
She's the IDF plant.
She was on Epstein's
Maybe
Island.
cut that out.
For sure.
Here's the
Diddy
thing:
parties.
is she was behind the cameras
With the 80s spyware.
She was behind the cameras that were like watching the people that were on Epstein's Island.
Yeah.
She was studying for her role in Snow White, actually.
Yep. It all comes into play for the evil witch.
For the evil witch character,
Yeah.
which is it's method acting.
Yeah.
So back to our movie.
Back
right?
to our movie.
We've
So
got
we have her
Erin.
name is Erin. She lives in the Boston area. She works at a grocery store.
Not anymore. By this scene, the sequence ends with her
She gets fired.
breaking someone's nose, shitting herself, and getting fired from her job at the grocery
So
store.
her friend is shopping at the grocery store. They're
And she's
chatting.
just walking
She
around
wa-
with her friend.
without her vest on.
Mhm.
And as soon as she put the thing back on the shelf, she walks into the back, puts on her vest, and clocks back in. So she's even more of a scumbag because that's where she works.
Yes.
And she's
Mhm.
getting high
Mhm.
at work and putting her mouth on shit.
on the clock.
Yeah.
But like
No, she
they-
was off the clock
Oh, that was off. But
because
then
she had her vest off, and you don't know that she works there. And then it's revealed like, oh,
could she come
God.
back out and finish another game?
That's what I like her doing drugs on the clock.
Definitely.
That's my kind of girl.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
It is like a
having
nice little treat
job
though to
like
see like,
that
oh
is-
shit, she works there.
Yeah.
And she did the bad thing.
I like her attitude as like, if you have a job like this, like, you're just a fucking schmuck anyway. So like, if you're not fucking around on and off the clock,
Yeah.
what are you doing
Yeah.
with your life?
True.
And
You might
everybody's
as
like,
well.
Don't you want to be somebody? She's like, yeah, fucking good time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, her best girlfriends, she gets home from work. It's fucking bullshit that she got fired again, but who gives a fuck when she is on. How does she find out that these people. Oh, maybe she sees on Instagram.
Somebody posts.
Somebody posts an engagement photo.
Yeah. Can't wait to go to your wedding.
Yes. What we gotta reveal that
But
the
she
wedding
gets
is
the
happening.
invite.
She gets the invite, but
Right.
the-
That's part of the whole thing.
I
yeah.
do want to like sort of find a point where like we go from her point of view to like the perspective of the friends who are making the decision.
Yeah, that's like car ride from the grocery store. She's on speakerphone with her friend, and she's like, "Oh my God, congratulations! You're not going to invite Erin, are you?" She's like, "I have to. We go back. We go way back. Like, I have to invite her." And she's
I
like,
have to invite her. She would be heartbroken. She's always stood up for me.
Yeah, yeah.
I know she's like a mess, but like if I didn't invite her, I honestly think she might kill herself.
Yeah.
But kill me first.
And then the friend on the phone suggests, like, "Well, where's the wedding? Like, can we do it somewhere where she can't get to, maybe?"
There's
Yeah.
an idea.
And she's like,
What do you mean?
Oh, that's interesting.
Somewhere, that's like
Then you cut to Tuscany.
classy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. And they start like preparing for the wedding, and it's going to be beautiful.
Yeah.
They've
Oh,
got a,
beauty, yeah, yeah.
Man. Oh, he's a rich man. She's
Rich,
marrying a rich man.
older man.
And his parents-
Or make it gay.
Or she could be marrying a lady. She could.
Is that gay?
That
They call
would
it the
be
same
gay,
thing?
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
like this movie about like a lesbian wedding that she doesn't get invited to?
Yeah.
Do we have to make it gay?
We don't have to.
It's fun to make things gay.
There could be a gay.
Kathleen Kennedy over here.
Okay, Kathleen Kennedy.
Okay, Kathleen Kennedy.
Add purple hair.
We could like one of the friends in the group could be a gay.
There
Girl.
should, we should have, and the gay girl is the one who's like, she gives us all a bad name. Like fuck, like I'm gonna
Erin.
tell her. She's like tough. You know what I mean? She's the one who's gonna stand up
Nah, it's
to
got to be
Erin.
her gay best friend.
And
is a
we
man.
have.
And he's sassy. Ooh, he is
Oh
sassy.
yeah, sassy.
What about the wedding
sidekick.
planner?
Sassy sidekick. The
Is
wedding
that too
planner?
reductive that the wedding
The
planner
wedding planner is a gay guy?
Is a sassy gay guy?
No, the wedding planner is a full-blown Karen.
Ooh.
Like, in the best way.
Played by Ellen DeGeneres.
Yeah,
I just
she's
want
like
there to
got to
be-
stick up her ass.
Yeah.
I just
and you
want there
love
to be
see her
one
operate.
friend who is, in this like bride to be's ear the whole time about just like she is not. And if she shows up, I'm gonna tell her she's not welcome. And then when they do
Yeah.
finally like link up, it does finally kind of like they come face to face. This woman like walks up, takes like 2 steps, and like starts to open her mouth, and Erin just clocks her, just fucking
Hell yeah.
knockout punch.
She's
And
real
it's like-
sturdy. This Erin.
Oh yeah, no,
She's like
there's
a house.
She's already punched 2 people.
Yeah.
she's I think like Erin's knockout punch is sort of well known.
Yeah. KO.
She's got she almost killed a guy.
Yeah.
So she's like bad Santa. And in the end,
Little
She's
Kenny
bad
Powers.
Santa,
yeah.
yeah.
She's Kenny Powers. She's
Yeah.
Kenny Powers.
I feel like we
She's-
haven't had a girl like Kenny Powers or Bad Santa. Really, we've had like messy women, but
Yeah, exactly.
but she like takes it to the next level.
Well, that's so Jillian Bell in this babysitter show
Uh-huh.
is definitely that, and I feel like what's her name in Bridesmaids.
Oh, Melissa McCarthy.
Melissa McCarthy in Bridesmaids is like kind of like that, but like I think about there's a certain type of like millennial guy's girl who is just gnarly and rocks too hard,
Yeah.
Love
for
her.
Sure.
like severe alcoholic, terrible relationship with her, no relationship with her dad, terrible relationship with her mom. Is always getting
It's basically the big girl from
STDs
from
from
Bridesmaids.
bartenders. That's what we were just talking about, Melissa McCarthy.
It's her.
It's like the more millennial
the
version
archetype.
of that. I feel like Melissa McCarthy in Bridesmaids is sort of uniquely a Gen X prototype.
Yeah.
Whereas this one, like
It's
she's got
the millennial
she's got like
version.
Who
she's
was
got
the main
like
character? What's her name in Bridesmaids?
Kristen Wiig.
It could be Kristen Wiig.
could be Kristen Wiig. You
Archetype.
know, Jordan Jensen.
No.
Sounds
Jordan
hot.
Jensen's a local comic. She could be really good for this.
Yeah.
I
I could see Erin being pansexual.
Oh yeah. Well,
She
the
hooks
thing
up with
is,
anybody.
She'll fuck anybody.
She'll fuck anything.
Yeah. She's just a dirty
Just
dog.
whatever.
Yeah.
Just-
And she
Yeah, just
never
a dog.
comes. And she just that's the thing is she
That could be part of her story.
she
just
she
never comes.
hasn't busted for like 8 years because they're on like she's on like state mandated.
That could be part of
Zoloft.
her arc. Is like
She
fucks
finally
a
comes
lot.
at the
She
end. Finally comes.
Yeah.
And then she gets her heart attack
And dies
and dies
for 20 minutes.
For 20 minutes.
And then comes back.
And in those 20 minutes, all of her friends are like,
Thank God.
no, I think that's when they say like nice
They're actually,
things
we're
about
gonna
Erin.
miss
Because
her.
like
Yeah.
we gotta have like a B plot where like Erin saves the day.
Mm-hmm.
Totally.
You know,
Maybe
she
the-
like redeems herself.
Absolutely.
Maybe
She grows.
the husband who the friend is marrying is
Yeah.
actually evil. Erin eavesdrops on
She
some
breaks
kind
up
of
the wedding.
She catches
Oh,
him either
she's-
cheating
the
or doing
girl.
some kind of
Yeah.
evil business or something like
and
that.
because in the opening scene, essentially, she's like, no, she's always had my back.
Mm-hmm.
She's always so loyal.
Yeah.
She's
And
a
then
loyal
she
friend.
proves that she is.
Mm-hmm.
We see like we like flashback to like childhood moments where like this main girl, let's call her, I don't know,
Chelsea.
Chelsea.
Yep.
is like on the
great.
like soccer field, and she gets like pushed around, and then like Aaron shows up with the knockout
Oh,
punch.
3 punches now.
You know, like even as a little kid, she
Yeah.
just like knocks
famous for the jab.
fucking some redhead
hook.
with pigtails.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got a mean left hook.
Yeah.
Her father, played by Rodney Dangerfield.
Yes.
God, I wish.
Oh.
If only we could
Fine.
use AI to
Yeah.
No,
can bring people back.
can use
bring
Yeah.
Rodney Dangerfield.
who's the guy who does the bit that's like Dice. It could be Dice.
Oh, Andrew Dice
Yeah.
Clay is like her Aaron's dad.
Yeah.
If she could just look exactly like girl Rodney Dangerfield, that would
Yeah.
be ideal.
Okay, she saves
Just
the day.
yeah.
She breaks up
Yeah.
the wedding.
She breaks up the wedding, but she breaks up the wedding. I think like we should complicate it one degree further, where it's like she doesn't even really know that she's breaking up the wedding for good. You know, like she's doing something that's just classic Aaron behavior, but
Yeah.
it does happen to save the day. I
And
something
we also
that I,
discover that her bridesmaids are all trash. They're the ones that are trash.
actually
They don't have the
they're
loyalty.
They didn't
ones-
stick up
Yeah.
for
Right.
her,
I feel like
or
the
they
tone
maybe
of this
knew
is like
that
white
he
chicks. Is that the tone? Am I getting it right?
was maybe.
in terms of like the slapstick and like the big broad comedy moments, yeah, definitely.
but I think there's a little more darkness than in White Chicks. White
It's
Chicks
like-
is very like
so it's like a British.
slapstick.
It's maybe more British,
Maybe a little more British, or
like a little more dark.
yeah,
comedy.
a little darker. I think.
Dark in terms of the content, or like
Not
what's
the tone,
something
yeah,
dark
more
that would happen.
more the content.
Like what's
than
something
the-
dark that might happen.
You know, she's
Whatever.
dealing with some shit. She's dealing with
Like,
like.
we find
I mean,
out
she's like a
there's a
real
death- there's a-
alcoholic drug addict.
Sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You can play
Yeah.
that up a little.
But
bit.
I don't want to judge that. I feel like all of the friends are judging that, and I would love to present a character who is severe, like by everyone else's measurements, is like a severe alcoholic. Like 12 beers is like standard, and for her, that's just like she's fine. That's actually how she operates best.
That's normal. Yeah.
That's normal. It's like
Yeah.
if she has like 11 beers, she can be kind of a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
She sells drugs to kids.
She sells for sure. She sells her
In front of the grocery store,
her
like-
pharmaceuticals.
Pills.
Yeah,
she
she
sells
sells
pills, like a
pills
kid
at
on
like
a bike.
school.
Kid on a bike pulls up.
Yeah,
Hey, Aaron.
That's
I was like,
awesome.
"What's up, Bobby?"
right.
Same
What's
thing. Adderall. She's
Adderall.
like, yeah.
You got any more of those blue ones?
Yeah. No, I don't have any more of the blue ones, Bobby.
They're like
You'll take what you can get. Okay. These are time
Cialis.
release. Okay.
the kids want the boner pills.
and then she tries to pitch him on the Cialis. She's like, "Do you want any Cialis?" They're like, "What? What's that?"
I'm 14.
Yeah, and then you just cut that. It's actually Pineapple Express.
That's
tone.
Yeah, that's a lot closer, I
Yeah.
think, to really what we're going for.
That's yep. That's a
Seth
good
Rogen,
example.
if you're listening.
That movie's a 10.
Oh, love that movie.
I think
Yeah.
as a comedy, it's a 10.
You know which one I think is a 10? I was a little, I love, every single movie that they've ever made.
Yeah.
But This Is the End
It's great.
is the one that is true, like the one where they hit like 11 out of 10.
It's so
Yeah.
good.
where that whole group like goes, they push it to the limit.
That group is a 10.
At their peak, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I would love for them to come back to do a movie like this, which is the same tone.
This could be James Franco's comeback movie. He
Oh,
could play the
James
evil.
Franco.
I'm watching The Deuce right now, and he's excellent.
James Franco's
Oh, yeah? Is it good?
definitely
It's good. It's a
he's
good show.
100% in this movie. The question is he the husband or is he the love interest? Is he also like the Italian scumbag that matches Aaron's energy?
What's Kenny Powers' name? The actor.
Danny McBride.
Danny McBride.
Is he the gay best friend?
Wedding planner?
Or is he the sassy wedding planner?
I love
He
both
would be
options.
fantastic
I
as
don't know
the
if I
sassy
could
wedding planner.
See him playing gay. Maybe.
Not
You got
necessarily
it.
gay,
Casting
but,
against
like,
type.
Yeah.
It's not gay, but he's just a sassy wedding planner. Like,
Oh yeah,
Oh,
so
he
he's
can-
straight.
I mean, a lot of
he's
Kenny
straight.
is being sassy
Yeah.
in his way. Yeah.
yeah, but it's very like macho though.
Mm-hmm. It's
And if he
sassy.
if he showed us like the feminine version of that, would be pretty great.
If he just femmed it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Like
I
freaking
think
out about the
we,
flowers.
I think we
Yeah.
gotta like sort of parse this movie out. Just a couple of basic like big broad moments that lead us to the wedding.
Yeah.
Like for instance, what do you have to do when you want to go to a destination wedding? You got to get money, right? So how does Aaron get this money?
True.
You know, and in the original free movie idea, we have like rob a bank. And, you know, she needs to show up with a person. 'Cause
She
she's
has
got
to
a plus
team up
one.
with an unlikely co-pilot
Yeah.
who's like, oh, this is a funny match. And it's like, it could be like an elderly man or maybe one of the kids that she's selling pills to.
Oh, that'd be funny.
Like a pill popping
And,
child.
and like,
Yeah.
they run a con, like her and the kid.
Oh yeah, if this kid is just cracked out on Adderall.
Yeah.
Oh, and he
And
helps
that-
her get.
And he makes mistakes.
the getaway
and she's
driver.
getting upset at him for making mistakes. He's like, I'm high as fuck on Adderall.
And
Can
he's
he
like
be
a
like
little towny Boston kid.
her
Yeah.
man on
Yeah.
the ground, like her like phone call away. He's like hacking into the mainframe. He's
Right.
doing like
Yeah.
he's like her tech brain,
Yeah.
but he's so high on
Because
Adderall.
she's a Luddite. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
He
yeah.
Kids-
reaches his
kids today are all good at
threshold where he
coding.
Yeah.
goes
because they all grew up
crazy.
on it.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Because their school is done.
Uh-huh.
We're
if,
done
if
with
he
school.
makes it like super easy, like she's like, you want to make $50? Like, I want to rob this bank, and like, but they have this security system. Like, done. He's like, it's easy.
I'll hack
He's
into
like, I
the
know how to do that.
mainframe.
Yeah.
He's like, I know how to
Easy.
do that.
And she's like, don't you belong in school? And he just laughs.
and she's surprised. She's like, oh, you don't want to like hear more? He's like, no, I'll do it.
Done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There does need to be some kind of like incident at the bank when they're robbing.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
'cause
Oh,
we got-
yeah.
I think-
Everything goes haywire.
I
Yeah.
think, you know,
It doesn't
the
go according to
people
plan.
that are on one hand, she's got people who are trying to stop her actively from coming to the wedding, and on the other hand, on her side, she's got people who are trying to stop her from party rocking,
Yeah.
essentially. Which I do think that, you know, the big like musical moment at the end of this film, we should have LMFAO.
They should have
Yeah.
a dance. Yeah,
And she
wedding
just starts
dance
punching
sequence.
everybody on the dance floor.
Yes, exactly.
Just all the bad guys get punched.
Boop, 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 boop.
yeah, yeah.
And
That's a
then,
great credit sequence.
You know, she's obviously got to get through Italian security. Maybe that's who her love interest is like the
Big, beefy
the
Italian-
fucking dirtbag Italian cop who is assigned to her case, like yet another whack ass American who. And I do think that like it would be even funnier, like not if she was like like she's dirt poor in her own life, but she actually like came from a good family. She like
She just
had
kinda flunked
every
out.
advantage in the world.
Yeah.
And that's gay.
Make it gay. So maybe her like you reveal her family. Maybe they're at the wedding and they're just like super buttoned up.
Yeah.
She's
Oh my God, her
she's like
family
the
gets
outlier.
invited to the wedding.
Yeah.
And they don't tell her that they're going.
Right. And like, oh, they're actually surprised that she made it.
Yeah. But
That
then
adds a
when the
layer. That
cops
would
show up,
piss me
they're
off.
not surprised anymore. Both American authorities and European authorities
The
that are
cops
after
have
her.
to show up at the wedding.
Yeah.
That's how she breaks this thing wide open.
Right. Because you think that the cops are going to show up for her,
But it's for the guy.
but the cops are for the guy.
It's for the guy.
Yeah.
Or somebody is
Who's doing embezzling.
is the villain being the
Coke dealer.
husband
Yep.
too on the nose? Is there a way to make the villain be either one of the other bridesmaids or somebody that is kind of built into the situation, like the wedding planner or
Or it could be both. Like if
Like
one of
White
the
Lotus
if one
style.
of the bridesmaids is sleeping with the groom and they're both doing something nasty together,
they're gonna steal the money
they're gonna steal her dowry
or kill her.
Or
Oh,
kill
so
her.
maybe Chelsea is the breadwinner and she's super rich, and then the husband's plan is
He's
to get the
pretending
money.
to be rich. She thinks that they're doing a
Talk
joint.
about
We're
on
both
the
gonna
nose.
be
This
rich.
is like the most on the nose thing ever. He's gonna get the money, working with Kenny Powers,
working with
His
who's
lover.
also the,
His
who's
lover.
also
They're
the
actually
wedding
gay.
planner, and they're actually gay.
and they're gay. And
we
they're
did make it gay.
Having it
I'm
be
cool with
secret
it.
gay
Yeah.
villains. That's classic. That is a
Secret
classic.
gay villains, like where you're like, oh,
Yeah.
he was good,
He was good,
gay.
That's what Aaron would say when
Yeah.
she finds out.
So okay, I do think that like we are. What are we at in time right now?
Hell yeah.
1 hour 45.
1 hour 45.
This
That's
is a solid
extensive.
2 hour podcast.
I do think a 2 hour podcast is how we actually get somewhere good for
Will
this.
you use my alias for this?
What's your alias?
Gurgle Bernänian.
Gurgle Bernänian?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Can you just slide that over on top when you introduce me?
Yeah. Should I record it now?
No,
and
just
say,
take
like,
that little bit.
You don't want your
Bernänian.
name attached to this?
I prefer the alias.
Yeah.
Gurgle Bernänian.
Gurgle Bernänian.
Gurgle.
That's a good
I got a
name.
lot of aliases. Gort Bernänian.
Gort.
There's another one. I get a lot of mail. Gort Bernänian. That's my resi. That's like my resi name.
Yeah,
So
okay.
when I go to a restaurant, they're like,
Oh,
Gort?
it's Gort.
For Gort?
Gort.
Yep.
That's
me.
actually, that's a nice name. I like that name.
Gort Bernänian.
Yeah.
You don't like Gurgle Bernänian?
I like that one too. I like both of them.
Sounds fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, so let's just to recap.
Yeah.
Right. What we've done so far. We've solved the bottleneck in the distribution pipeline
Yeah.
for cinema, so that independent movies can make money again.
Thank God.
God willing.
Dude,
Inshallah.
we're back. We're so
Inshallah.
back.
Yeah.
2, we've successfully promoted Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Starring Gal Gadot.
Psychosexual torture thriller, where the dwarves have to escape from Gal Gadot's pussy.
From their sexual enslavement.
From their sexual bondage.
Please let us out.
No. And
Is she doing Snow White? Is that a thing?
Yeah, she's the evil witch.
Gal Gadot is the evil witch.
Gal Gadot is the evil witch.
Who's Snow White?
Snow White is Queen Rachel Ziggler, of course.
Who's that?
Yeah, I don't know who that is either.
She was in West Side Story.
It's a man.
I'm the only one got anything done around here.
That's
Yeah.
Thomas. That's all he says.
She was in.
He says that once an episode.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because Greg's supposed to be working.
This is
Sorry,
work.
Gargle.
Sorry, Gargle.
Gurgle.
Gurgle.
Yeah, so we did that.
We did that, and then we talked about a couple other movie ideas in between, including an 80s thriller that has to do with recording people at a restaurant.
Yeah.
Plus a Doritos ad that's just
The
free and
Doritos,
open to the public.
Bud Light.
Yeah, Doritos,
Dip.
hit us up.
Isn't that a good one?
We need
like
a
it.
third act. We need like
the
some type
commercial?
of conclusion.
Or to the movie.
To the commercial.
Something.
He
some
stops the
sex.
game. He goes back for another Dorito.
Somebody's having sex.
and then it turns
He
out
brings in other refs, and there's like 3 guys in the booth, and they're all like they have maracas and shit, and they're just
Yeah.
like partying in there.
And twins.
and twins.
Yep.
And the end is that the commercial is actually for
Meta.
male incontinence.
Yeah.
Because he's
It's for
also
prep.
going to the you don't realize, but like he's going to the bathroom in between every bite that he gets of Dorito.
Actually, it's just a urinal in there.
Yes,
And
that's
he's
what
like,
he's eating the Doritos out of.
No. This is for urinal cakes now.
Now it's for urinal cakes.
Can we
prep.
still have the Doritos and the
We can still have
guacamole
Doritos.
Sure.
in the urinal?
And there's a DJ in there.
DJ Khaled?
Red
is there.
Foo of LMFAO.
Yep.
And last but
That's
not
where
least,
he stopped listening to music. Like that's where he like hit that. They
Yeah.
came out, and he's like, "I'm not going in.
All right,
What
I'm
could
good.
be
further
better?
from here."
We were in Miami at the time that LMFAO was
Yeah.
popping.
Yeah.
Those are the golden.
There's like a crazy
years.
story about them and the breakup.
Their breakup?
Yeah.
What happened?
I was watching some doc. I didn't retain any of the information, but I was like, "Oh, that's pretty crazy."
I'll have to look it up.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's something there.
I'm convinced. I like the story about the story.
Yeah, the breakup
Maybe
is
even
like,
more. Now I'm just going to be
'cause they're
on
disappointed
top of the
when I
world.
find out.
They were
Not
on top
free
of the
movie
world.
idea. Biopic of LMFAO.
Sure.
The
yeah.
story of
Yeah.
I'll see it.
With
sure.
the fat Jewish and Seth Rogen.
I think they should just play
Yeah.
themselves
Playing
and score the
LMFAO.
movie themselves.
What'd you think of the Oscar winner? 'Cause
Honora?
I loved it.
Honora?
I liked it.
You didn't like it. You
I
didn't
did
love
like it. You were not the biggest fan.
No,
Thought it was awesome.
I had a very funny moment though.
Also 30 minutes too
I have
long,
a
but I thought it was
friend
great.
who works sort of adjacent to like the OnlyFans world, and so he has to deal with a lot of young women like Honora. And I was like, "Oh, you see Honora?" He's like, "Is that the one where she just complains the whole time?"
Yeah. Shit.
You tried being a Nora
And
for
he's
a
like,
day.
Oh my god, and she's just bitching.
It was a bit of that for sure.
I was like, that's simultaneously the
I did like.
I'd
the
like to
ride.
see this guy be a Nora
Most
for a day and
sexist
see how he likes it.
that I've
All
ever
right.
heard,
I like the ride
and the truest.
because like Uncut Jams,
Uncle Jams.
same type of ride. You just like
This is
you're
what people
on
are
it.
saying. It's Uncut Gems for girls.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
Is it? Is that
Like
movie for
high
the girls?
anxiety.
Yeah, I think girls like that movie.
So like
Thought
the
the
girls
ending was
like the
weird.
ending being like that. All
Really
you really
sad.
need is a man to
What was that? Then I
Stroke
was
your
like, that was
hair
a
and-
weird
no,
ending.
the ending was so sad.
say
the
you have
crying,
nice titties.
the fucking. I'm like, what is this?
You guys have no respect for Nora. You don't
loved
understand
it.
what she's
No,
gone through.
I think
you
that
guys,
the, I think the
thought Uncut
filmmakers.
Gems is better.
My honest take on Honora is that I think the filmmakers had no respect for Honora, giving her that fuck ass ending.
hot take.
Yeah.
But they were trying to be realistic. That's
Not
real life.
Calling the movie Annie, even though the whole time she's begging people to just call her Annie. They should have called the movie Annie, but
Right.
they didn't respect the character enough. Not like me.
Hot take.
I
Sean Baker,
respect
come on
women.
the pod and
I would have
defend your
given
position.
her 8 carats.
You would have given her 8 carats
I would have given her 9.
if you had the money for
If
that.
I had, yeah, well, screenwriting.
we gotta
check
sell
is-
our
in the mail.
Boston.
It's coming, baby. You
Our
gotta
Boston
manifest it. You
screenplay.
gotta manifest
I'm
it.
seeing it come all the way out of the pocket,
And then go right back.
and then go right back into the pocket again.
I think somebody's gonna buy this this screwball crazy lady Boston comedy.
So let's recap. We
I think
have,
this is gonna be the one that somebody's gonna buy.
Erin, she is a Boston townie legend who discovers she hasn't been invited to her. Well, she has been invited to her best friend's wedding, but
They deliberately
she-
made it so
they
expensive that it was
Yeah, it's
impossible for her to get.
cost
to.
prohibitive. She also can't leave the country because she's like a felon.
She doesn't have a passport.
She doesn't have a passport. And,
Yeah.
they basically really stack the cards against her, but she's such a good friend and really so loyal and devoted that she's not going to let anything get in the way. So along with her Adderall addicted coder friend,
Who's 13?
the help of I think we
Seamus.
mentioned like a maybe an older companion who is like a senile old person
Yeah,
who is
yeah.
like she's working for them. You know what I mean? Like they're the person that like helps.
That's her
vouch.
coworker.
Right, exactly.
And she's sleeping with him too.
yeah, definitely.
She has in the past, and she
She has
regrets
in the
it.
past,
She
yeah.
regrets it.
but she would do it again.
And he's like, "What do you think?" He keeps trying.
yeah,
He's like, "That was a hell of a night."
and there is like
She was like, "Randall, I told you."
happen again.
Yeah.
But there's still like a dark scene which just sort of ends with like he'll have a heart attack. Like he ended up taking some of her Cialis and like he will die
Yeah,
if he doesn't
for
bust.
sure.
So she just kind of jerks.
That's
him
what
off.
happens
or
if
she
you're old
mixed
and
up
you
her
take
pills.
Cialis.
She
Right.
mixed up her
Yeah.
pills, and
Exactly.
she's like, "Oh boy, I don't want to." She's like, "I have to keep this very organized because remember what happened last time when I swapped the Adderall and the Ambien, and then it just flashed back,
And the
flashback
Cialis.
to the old man, just like,
Yeah, the
Yeah.
flashback actually goes to like 5 minutes previous
yeah.
when she
Earlier that
just
morning.
she just did that.
Yeah.
And the immediate consequences. And when she does make it to Europe, she discovers that there's a conspiracy to fuck over her best friend, which includes the bridesmaids, the wedding planner, and possibly the new husband.
It's over a house. It's over a piece of real estate.
Of course,
It's
all
classic.
violence
Yeah.
is committed over real estate in this
It's
country.
like a
at least.
dossier.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, long story
Nana's
short, Erin manages to accidentally save the day. She doesn't change at all. It's really important to me that this
She doesn't
character
change.
stays exactly. It's the Erin that you meet on page 1 of the script is the Erin that you
So
meet
then
in page 90. The only thing that changes is that she finally comes.
Yeah.
Because she
Yes.
hasn't had an orgasm
Yeah.
in like 8 years.
And she
thanks to her,
hasn't been taking her antidepressants.
or has been mixing them up. I was
She
thinking
mixes her pills up.
antidepressants is the reason why she hasn't been able to come.
But she's not taking them.
But maybe that so
Her
finally.
big change is maybe she puts the pills away at the end.
Yeah.
But she busts, and she busts so hard.
And at the very end, like, she's like, I guess I don't need these anymore.
Her heart
Throws
stops.
them in the ocean.
Yeah, she throws them in the ocean, and then immediately all her friends are just like, no, please, please.
She throws them
Take
off a
these
bridge,
again.
but then like the wind scatters them onto the beach, and it's
And
like
then she
hits a
goes and
bunch of
picks them up.
kids.
Yeah. They just start popping
It's like a family.
random
and they're like,
pills.
"Oh."
Yeah, perfect.
But yeah, so I do like the reverse where everybody else changes
everybody else changes
except for her.
Erin
And
stays
she
the
was
same.
right. We
She-
were wrong as viewers in the beginning. We're like, this person's trash.
She's true blue.
Everyone around her changes, even the audience.
And that's
Yeah.
where Erin is, she's at the end of the day, she saves the day. She has an orgasm. She comes so hard. She has a huge heart attack. She's
Dies.
dead for 20 minutes. In those 20 minutes that she's dead, they solve the case. You know,
Yes.
the everything is closed, and then Erin pops back up.
Yeah.
She's alive. It is not the first time
Does
that
she wake
has,
up in a bag inside of the ambulance, or like in a bag inside of a freezer?
They're like starting to put her away.
Yeah.
Not, yeah.
They put the toe tag on her.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And she's like a cadaver. She's like,
yeah, that's great.
And then everyone cheers.
And then everyone cheers. Yeah, when she runs naked back into the church.
okay, lads, I'm going to work.
The end.
All
I had
right.
a lot of fun.
Well, that was a great movie we made. Thanks for
made
helping us
$0.
out.
One last question.
Yeah.
What is it called? Do you have any title ideas?
Titles are hard.
Just go with it.
That's already
Wild
a movie.
My best friend's wedding.
Liability.
Wicked
liability.
pissa.
A wicked pissa.
A wicked pissa.
You know what? If you're listening to the podcast and you've made it all the way to the end, you
Put it in the comments.
Suggest a title for us.
Send us
We
a
gave you
letter.
a free idea. Give us a free title.
Yeah.
Excellent. Thanks, boys.
Hell yeah.
Thank you, Gal Gadot. Bye.